2, 1, live. Oh, tell me where you're going to do cool stuff like that, and I won't totally mess it up next time.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
How are you doing, Pablo?
Oh, man, I'm doing great. Doing great. I'm feeling
know that we literally are just getting on, both of us late,
I know.
chaos of life, trying to make sure everything works, but we're literally not caught up on things.
No, at all. We haven't talked much. We've been ships passing in the night, as they say.
Yeah.
And there's
I lost my headphones, so I look weird because I don't have my Princess Leia puffs coming off my side of my head.
For some reason, I feel like I'm super dark today.
Wait. Did Jimmy Lewis send you that picture he drew?
Yes.
Wasn't that amazing?
It was so cool. I felt bad because I said thank you, and it was on a work day. I think I got it on a Monday or something. I don't remember what it was, but I was busy at work, and I was like, dude, this is awesome. And that's kind of all. I felt like I ghosted him a little bit, and that's all I said. But
it's like you were at a theme park and you rolled up looking like that, and he did the quick airbrush sketchy or the drawing sketchy with the markers. It was so wicked.
Yeah, I kind of feel like maybe I should change my logo from the bomb and put that face on the gear.
So good with the headphones and everything. I like it.
Yep. I was thinking doing that and then sending it over back to you so we can have that just as my icon instead.
Well, so people know what we're going to talk about tonight. If you're tuning in, we're going to talk about several things. We don't know what yet, but there will be several things. At some point, we'll talk about different things, and it'll very Kamala Harris its way around things. And
in the future, we will talk about things that come up soon.
Later on. Soon. No, so I was at Axialfest Badlands for a day and a half. I missed most of it, it feels like. You had an event that you went to, and we're going to talk about the St. Jude walk some more.
Oh, yeah.
For people that missed out on that talk of that. But XJ Sport 95, yo, I still owe you some stuff. Mr. 1998 Jeep Cherokee, Matt Harris, Jay's RC, Jeff Walter, Swampers RC, Clod Busted. Hello, everybody.
Clod Busted.
Also, out of the blue, if you missed the Scale News update.
Literally out of the blue.
I will be on the Scale News update tomorrow.
I saw that. The live takeover.
You'll be getting secondhand information from what you hear here first. This is where the real news source is about Axialfest Badlands. Tomorrow night, secondhand information from me.
Yeah, it's kind of Bush League over there.
Yes, so. Bush League, and I'll have already talked about it here, so let them know that. No,
it's all good.
I'll save them a few nuggets.
There you go. I like your Big Squid RC shirt. That's sweet.
You like that? This is actually old, and I've had this for 2 years now.
Sweet.
Horizon RC Fest. I got this. No, I got blue one there. Where did I get this? I got this one at Badlands.
Right on.
3 years ago. So 3 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Still fits barely.
We won't talk about that.
COVID has not been nice to me. Nope, it hasn't. Hey, you don't have any of these. You should get some of these, but I just got Spaz prints. Look at how small these are.
Those are sick.
The new logo.
Yes.
In white and black for bumper stickers for the 24th scales.
There you go.
And then also this could go on either 24th or these are tiny. There's half-inch size.
I like those on headlights on the bodies.
They would be cool for headlights, but these would also on the back of a Bronco, the new Bronco in that window, the rear.
Yep.
Would feel like it'd be one of those if it was on my truck, it'd be a 12-inch sticker. It looks super sweet. So these are going to be coming with a bunch of products. I bought 1,000 of them of each one. I think
that's awesome,
and a bunch more banners. Spaz Prints is through Bull Gear RC.
Right on.
His daughter. Super good, and they're all pre-cut, so they actually, when you get them, I'll cut them out of here, but they just literally
that's cool
peel and stick off of here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm actually gonna put this one right on my microphone.
Ooh, there you go.
Feels like it should go right there. Oh,
Boom.
perfect.
Boom. I
So
like
yeah,
it. Right
those
on.
will be coming with some of the when people buy stuff on my website. I usually stick stickers in, but I wanted smaller ones. So
Right on.
nobody would do it, but they would. So
Yeah.
Spaz Prince.
There you
Hit him up
go.
on Instagram. Tell us about your weekend, Pablo. It looked awesome. You've been going crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Since I've been back, it's been like, let's RC a little bit. So, so like, I was just telling someone, I went through the video of the last like week and a half. Well, no, the last 2 outings I went out and I did a bunch of cuts of like, 10 to 15, 20-second videos for reels and stuff like that. And I've got an hour of tiny cuts like that. I've got so much. We did U4RC racing. That's going to be an interesting thing coming up. I'm not going to lie. We're kind of like, we're treading water. There's been there was a shakeup. The main guy left that ran it. And now we have people kind of trying to give it CPR and keep it going. And it's been tough.
It's
but
been 1 week since you left.
I know, right?
Bare naked lady. It's been. That's all I can think of. You keep saying it's been.
So
the cadence is perfect for it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, but yeah, it's been again, there's your hook. There's been a lot of like kind of, is this going to work out? Is this not going to work out? Who's going to take the ball and run with it? Is it going to be all new thing? I have some speculation of things that can work. The hard thing is that, whether people will admit it or not, there is a lot of stress when it comes to starting an organization like that because you want it to be successful. And if you're not successful with it, you feel like it's reflecting you. It's not reflecting anyone else. I know. Right. And so I'm trying to, I want to be involved, but I don't want to be involved in running the show just because I got too much stuff going on. And when you have kids, my kids'
you're
age,
responsible at that point. If it fails, it's because of you.
Yeah, I know. Right. And so, when you have kids, like our kids' age, it's very difficult to commit to things because you've got changing sports schedules and changing school schedules and blah, 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 blah. And, you can have all kinds of an excuse, but the racing was fun. Not many people showed up. That was kind of one of the like poo-poo moments. 16 people signed that they were going to be there. And normally 16 people means 2 to 3 classes per person. 6 of us showed up, 4 of which did not sign up. So there was only 2 people.
Only 2 of the people that signed up showed up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was brutal. So,
league, man.
I know, but luckily, like my troop, right? We're like 11 cars deep. So we had a lot of different, it was me, my son, and my dad that went out and raced. So we had a bunch of different classes. So we were able to fill it up. But, I actually ran a bunch of new setups and learned a few things about them. I did the Baja Ray, the new cage that I built for it. And I made a big mistake, but you can only learn that by running it. I thought that it would look way more scale and cool if I run the 2.2 wheels with a 4.75 1.9 tire on it, because the tire looked way more scale. With the body, it looks awesome, but performance in U4 was garbage. It was terrible. So first thing I did is I ordered up a new set of tires, 2.2s. That will be much bigger, and that'll be a lot better. I blew out the shocks on them. So, where the shock piston or the rod goes into the rod end?
Yep.
Ripped it right out on both of them.
What?
Yeah, so it was just stock ones. So I got some new ones ordered up from Asia Tees. Got a new affiliate link with them, so I figure I might as well push that a little bit. So I got some shocks coming from there, some tires, all that kind of stuff. Should be pretty rad.
Nice.
My 1.9 truck, I wasn't able to push it as hard as I wanted to, but it's a new setup, new first time driving it. That thing went really. It was fast. I need to lower it a bit, but it was good. And then let's see.
Yeah, limit straps, baby.
Yeah, I know. I thought about
see,
making
Alex,
those,
you
but
need some.
what was the other thing? Oh, Unlimited was fun. I didn't do too. I realized I feel like I'm driving timid because I'm driving an old car in an Unlimited, and I don't want to break it. And I feel like I'm just not pushing it very hard because the track that we run at, for the most part, is
I thought some
super
of the new
rocky.
parts on that new car fit with the old.
I think it may, but I don't really want to find out. So the track that we're running on right now is very big rock. Like there's a lot of big sharp rocks on it. When we run on a different track that we have out here, it's wide open, a lot more dirt, and you can send it, and the jumps are way more smooth, and you can time the rock sections a little bit better. So it's a little less hard on the car.
Yeah.
Even though you're going twice as fast and sending it way bigger air, it's just you're not casing a rock, So
I cased a rock this weekend.
did you?
Oh man.
Brutal.
With
brutal.
the axial rift.
Yeah.
Slammed front end, bam, into a big rock.
Oh.
Bucketed a rod end. Luckily it was a rod end. It could have broken an axle. Like it hit hard. It was
brutal.
A whack. I was like,
that's the worst too, because I see these cars and like these 8th scale, they're basically heavy 8th scale buggies going full speed, and then it's like hitting a curb, like a tree, just like boom, man. Just stop, and it's like, oh, it's brutal.
Yep. So Shiki RC and Gaming's in here. I met him at Axialfest Badlands. I see Cody Vandenberg. He cut off the bands. He still feels them. I'd call them not Fathom ones. I'd call them Phantom wristbands. Phantom wristband, because you still feel like it's on there. My kids are like, Dad, you still wearing your wristband? I'm like, I don't have anything to cut it off with.
It's like being cool from the concerts the weekend before.
Yep. Owen Rogers is in the chat. He and I we went out in the rain. So it started raining and everybody was like duck for cover, abandon the course. And he and I were like the lone two guys riding in on the had a truck that was towing a trailer with like hay bales on it, and it's just the two of us. Everyone's going the opposite way, and we're going in. And we've got our axial rifts, and we're like, "Let's do this."
That's awesome.
But yeah, he gave me a Maz Designs cheat code chassis for my SCX24. I haven't been able to get one.
That's cool.
And I've wanted one.
Yeah,
but I'm always busy when they do their and it's like 5 minutes and they're gone. And I said that to him. He's like, well, no, it's not that fast anymore. It's slowed down a bit. He's like, 11 minutes. I'm like, dude, that's still like super fast. Like the sellout is super fast on those. So yeah. But I'll tell you what, I think this was probably the best year of the Badlands.
Really?
Done yet. Yeah. So the first year was good.
Yeah.
Second year rained a lot.
Yeah.
This year there was a ton of people. They did 4 days. So like Wednesday night, you come in Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Like,
wow.
Yeah. And I was only there Friday afternoon. Like I got in at like 4. And nobody wanted to go out because they all wanted to wait and go to the award ceremony that night. And so by the time I put batteries in my stuff and said hello to everybody, I got there and the first thing I did was literally stand for 3.5 hours at the award ceremony. So I didn't bring a chair.
Oh no.
No, yeah. It was bad.
We got to make a conversion for the SC6 or SCX6 that is like one of those that you lift it up on its back bumper and put a perch on it and you can just sit on it.
Yeah.
Like, what's up, guys?
I had mine. It's sad when you actually hear how much crawling I did, but we'll talk about that in a bit. So you guys went and looked at
Die Hard RC.
Die Hard RC. Did you hear?
Huh? No, I'm saying that's what we went and looked at. I'm excited.
Course. Yeah, the course is insane, man.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Like pro level.
It is, and they are having. I don't know if they already had or they're having a big 8-scale real race there, like sanctioned, like big time race, and they do a lot of racing, man. I mean, they have factory drivers there a lot and all that kind of stuff. So, the course is beautiful. Like they have a turf track They have a big 8-scale dirt clay track. They have a crawler course, all that kind of thing. They have some bash track. They're trying to get a sand track put, like a sand pit for drags. They're trying to get that put in, and I know I'll be there because we've got the sand rails and we're about to build one. So I'm very excited for that. But the racing looks like fun. I'm not really huge on the turf racing. It's just the buggies. They just really haven't really called me very much. I really like the stadium trucks, but that means trying to get into another stadium truck and build it and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know that I have that commitment yet. But what they do have that's really cool is they have a loaner program. So I think you pay $20. It's your entry fee, and they give you a car and they say, we'll get the batteries ready. Yeah, go race all day. And it's like, yes. So me and the kid are going to do that. They have a race coming up this week, both Saturdays on turf, Sundays on dirt. I'd love to get to one of them. And I'd actually like to try to get to the turf one just to try it. But it's hard. It looks hard, man. And I've driven on turf before, and it's not easy. I mean, it's very precise. The grip on that is so much more. Yep. The finesse is so much more.
It's so smooth and fun. Oh my goodness.
It looks like it. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I'm a truck guy, so the buggies are kind of like meh, but the trucks
run one. Cool. Man. So I went to Wisconsin a couple weeks back, right, to do the monster truck racing, but I took my buggy because they also have a course for like indoor racing. And I'll tell you, those buggies handle so good. Like, just the amount of control you have with it is insane. If you try one, you'll be hooked.
They're on rails. I mean, I can totally see that already, how they're on rails. But it seems pretty rad. Like, I really
drive even, especially if you got like the grass carpet, the turf. I mean, so awesome.
Yeah. And they have all the different levels of racing. They have, the 40 and over novice. They have the just pure novice underneath. They have all, like, that's the thing. I don't know the vernacular. I don't know anything about them. Like, I don't know what a 10.5 or an 18.5 or
green means go. That's all you need to know.
I know, right? It's just like, and it's funny. I was like, just
stay out of the leader's way if he comes around.
I know.
Yeah. Get out of the way when the good guys come past.
Right. But, the other thing about it, it's a beautiful piece of property because it's out off the main road. It's a huge piece of property. They allow you to camp there if you have a membership. They allow you to camp there. It's quiet. It's just like you can let your kids and your dogs roam, and like, it's awesome. It's so much fun there. So cool. I'm excited to go and try it out and, just document it a lot and see how that goes. But, so it was very exciting. A lot of stuff this weekend going on, but I want to hear more about Badlands before we get into the St. Jude stuff.
Well, Bull Gear's in the house, so I just wanted to show again. I showed off the stickers that I got from Spaz Prints that they do through Bull Gear RC on Instagram. These turned out awesome. One of them is actually riding right here on my microphone, but these are great for 24 scale. These ones will work for both because they could go on any type of car. There's a small sticker on a SCX 10, big sticker on an SCX 24, like big, back window sticker. It's awesome. The other ones are perfect for like bumpers. So if you need stickers, great price actually on them too. And these things are wicked good. Spaz Prints.
Let's see. I'm trying to get it on
full screen.
All right.
I'll give you a little there it is. Spaz SPAZ Prints. Back there's mine. So I also got banners from them because people have been buying up the banners, man, for their mini courses.
Oh yeah,
crazy. So I ordered more.
Very cool. There it is.
Yep. Spaz
Check them out.
Prints.
Cool, man. I dig it.
So yeah. I used to use somebody else for my stickers, but nobody would do them this small for me. And this is so cool. He gets why we need them.
Yes.
And they hooked it up. So Badlands, man.
Yeah.
I wasn't supposed to go. We had friends in town. Super awesome to see him. Lots of tubing and fun stuff. Fishing. We fished. The kids fished. They woke up at like 6 a.m. on their own while we were still
Wow.
asleep. Went down to the river to fish with their friends. We all woke up. I went down to fish. My kids had to go to music lessons, so I kind of entertained. And we were just like reeling in the fish, like bass after bass after bass. Like,
Throwing firecrackers in the water and then
and they were just
scooping 'em
like
up.
3 feet out, just like boom, just they were there. Tonight we actually caught a 29-inch, 6-pound catfish.
I saw that. Did you have to club it?
It's on ice right now. My son will probably have to
Okay.
club it. Last time we caught one, we put it on ice and it just kind of like did its death thing, and we just
Iced out.
iced out, and then we, carved it up the next morning. He's hoping that's what happens, so he doesn't have to give
Yeah.
it the good old club. But
Yep.
yeah, he may have to. We'll see. Awesome fish, but yeah, he caught that after we watched a bunch of YouTube videos on catfishing and did a Carolina rig. We went and bought stuff to do it because we'd done like perch rigs for him. It worked fine,
Uh-huh.
but he wanted to try more, and so we did a Carolina rig. And first try, man, it was his first cast out. About 3 minutes in,
Boom. That's a
got the
big
one.
fish.
It's a big. It was a big one, yeah, and they're
That's
bigger out there. I know that, but
Yeah.
so anyway, Badlands. I rolled in. Our friends were supposed to stay, I think, till Saturday. They left Friday morning. We knew that they were going to the week before, so at that point, I was like, "Well, then I'm going to Axialfest." Like, I called Javier. I said, "Where are you staying, man?" Like, he's in the middle of it's Monday night, so Monday I knew.
Yeah.
So I'm texting him. He's in the middle of his like live stream. And I'm like, at the very end, I'm like, I'm gonna text him now. Like, hey, where are you guys staying? I'm looking to stay where somebody else is.
Yeah.
So he's like, hey man, I got extra rooms booked. Like, or they block off rooms.
Yeah.
So I got one of their rooms.
Nice.
So I actually need to talk to him about that. I was supposed to pay for it, but he paid for it before I left. I woke up and went to pay, and it was Javier, you need to let me know how much I owe you. He wasn't supposed to pay for my room, but he did. But anyway, so stayed with him. That got me there. Made sure I had a place to be. It was about 30 minutes out, which isn't the same as staying on site. On site is awesome. If you can stay there, they've opened it up now. They've got more and more camping, and that's where it's at. Even they've got like rustic, just camp, throw down a tent, you're good. Because out here, evenings cool off enough. I think it's okay. But so I got there Friday at 4. And like I said, I had to put batteries and stuff, get it ready. And then everyone's like, well, we're going to wait. They've got the event, whatever. And then the night crawl. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll just, hook up for night crawl. I'll be ready to go. Event lasted like, and they're talking about all the winners of the different tough truck things, all that. Awesome. Really cool what's going on. But it's like a 3-hour ceremony each night, like Friday and Saturday night. Both of them are about 3 hours long. Giveaways, like tons of giveaways. So many cool things that they were giving away, from reefs, from heat wave like glasses, and like SCX6s were given away, and riffs, and it was nuts. They were giving away so much stuff. Anyway, so that was all part of it. Plus Friday night they fed us hot dogs, whatever. That took a while to get through. Anyway, so I go. I didn't really get to crawl. I'm just gonna say that. Like, there are so many trails, and I got to walk some of them, but I didn't get to run them. I got to watch other people run them.
Did you capture a lot of footage on them?
Oh, they were amazing, man. They were so good.
Yeah.
But the quarry is really the best part. Like, when you get to the rock quarry in the middle, that's for me, because I have trails. We have like wood trails and stuff like that, roots, and people build bridges and cool stuff up in the trees. Really fun. But like that, like rock quarry, that internal part, once you get there, is insane.
Yeah.
They had SCX6 courses, SCX24 courses, the 10 scale. So anyway, rock crawl, night crawl. I was filming it. I got a new camera. I was carrying this big bad boy around everywhere.
Bazooka.
So old school, right? Camcorder style again.
You can almost put that on your shoulder.
Yep. Yep. So much zoom on it, which is the cool thing. But I'm filming, doing all this stuff, and we walked a long way in to even start the night crawl.
Yeah.
I was like, I saw a reef of them. I'm like, dude, so we get all the way in. It's been like 30 minutes. Come following these people, 40 minutes in. It's now 10:30, and I'm like, dude, we're just about to start the night crawl, and they're talking like 40 gates.
Oh wow.
I'm like, and then you got to walk it back out. That 40
Right.
minutes in, you got to walk it back out. And so I was like, to reef, I'm like, dang, man. And they're like, hey, we'll just hop in the back of our side by side. We'll drive you back. Not a 4-seater, 2-seater. Hop in the back beam, stand in the cargo bay with your back. I had my backpack on, my carry-all with my Capra strapped in it.
Yeah.
Never took it off because that's my only car with lights on it.
Okay.
It's in my backpack. And then I got this huge camera that I'm carrying around. And so I'm like, all right, I think that's a good idea because, like,
sold.
After all this, and then walking out, and I still haven't checked into my hotel.
Reef was like, "Is there a Tony here? I'll be your Uber driver tonight."
Right, right, yeah. I was joking with people about Ubering our way out when we were going down.
Yeah,
Reef turned out to be my Uber.
Nice.
I hop in the back of that thing with is Reef and Luke were in it, and just went back to his place. I don't think I got back to my hotel and checked in till 2 a.m.
Oh wow.
No, it wasn't that late. It was 1 a.m. Because we ended up going back, and I probably could have walked it back because I stayed there. They cooked out like quesadillas, like chicken quesadillas, and that out on a grill that Luke made. And then the stars were insane. Like you could see the satellites flying by and stuff. It was insane at night.
That's cool.
Because you're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And so we stayed there probably till 12:30 or 1. And then made my way back, checked in, downloaded all the footage. 9 a.m. is when they start the rock racing, and I've got my riff with me, and I won 2 years ago when I was there. Yeah. I felt like I had to go back and defend my title that I didn't defend the year before.
Yeah.
And I didn't make it there till 9. So I got in at 9. Still had to catch the tram, the little cart, the truck that Andrew's mom was driving, who is amazing.
Yeah.
Drove all day, all week, just back and forth, taking people to the quarry. And so anyway, it started late, luckily. It didn't start till 10:30. It's supposed to start at 9. And so I was able to compete, did my qualifier, got all tied up there. So they do ribbon. It's awesome. You'd love it, actually.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to think that we sucked. I'm trying to watch some of these comments here. We looked, Cody knows what we're talking about. Yeah, he got back from the run at 1 a.m. So these people are walking back, and I'm seeing them walking back, and that's about when I left. It was probably about 1. Anyway, so they rope off this area at the top. That's where the drivers all have to stand in the middle. But they make sure it's in the worst visible spot to see the course that they've built, so that it's just going to be carnage.
Right, right.
In fact, there's like bushes there that makes a total blind spot on a whole section of the course.
Oh no, you got to pin it and pray.
Well, and yeah, so they put a bunch of rocks there, and like the top of a side by side, like the plastic top of it is over there. That's just to flip you over and stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's so many blind spots where it goes into hills and all that. So you're standing up there. I did terrible. I got into like that side plastic, like thin. It's not rope, but it's like ribbon, and it just wraps your axles.
Oh yeah.
And then I couldn't steer because it was wrapped around my axle, and so I like blasted a rock and rolled over on the second lap. I was in like second or third place, but I couldn't turn left.
Yeah.
And yeah. Anyway, so there's a last chance qualifier. I totally missed it because I saw these bombers and I thought it was a bomber class. Turns out, I'm filming and I see this rift go by and I'm like, son of a, it's the 2.2 open class. I'm supposed to be in this. So I didn't even get like a chance of redemption. But it took up all morning Saturday, and then it rained right after it.
Yeah.
So I went back to the camp to get my crawlers, and then it started raining right after, which, take it or leave it, I think the rain was probably better than the complete sun in 95 in the, like, because that whole morning was in the shade, like it was like just overcast and cool
Yeah, right.
and not humid and hot like it could have been. But yeah, so I didn't take my crawler back. I went back and I put baby baby Goliath motors into Reef and Luke's SGX 24s
Yeah.
while it was just downpouring. And then Owen Rogers showed up and we decided we were going to take our riffs out when everybody else was coming in, and we were going to just go have some fun in the middle in the rock quarry with our riffs.
Nice.
And we did several battery packs through them. He blew out
Wow.
his diff. He literally had driven, because they weren't selling any there. He left and he drove to, I can't think of the nearest city, but where there's a hobby shop, bought a Rift and came back. And we went out and he blew his diff like within, the end of his first battery pack. But we were in the mud and it's smashing rocks and just like tearing up everything.
So do they have replacement parts at a show like that, or nope? Oh, really?
No, they sell some ready to runs, but they don't really have. There's a couple of shops there, but they didn't show up, or they tore down early. The couple of hobby shops that had a tent there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the bummer. You could make a mint if you came in with some of those like rod ends and
rod ends, ring and pinions, like
transmissions and stuff.
Yeah, axle housings.
But they did an SCX6 class on that rock racing course.
I saw
the best thing ever, man.
I saw a clip of that, and I was like,
I didn't know they were doing it. I'd have brought my SCX6 down. That was way cooler than the rock racing car.
Yeah, they look like a tough truck kind of SCX6 kind of class. Like I was looking at, I saw, and maybe you posted a quick clip of it that I saw that I was going through the mud. I was like, oh man, that looks like a blast. Super fun.
I'm looking back at the comments. Toad Daddy says over 400 trucks in the night crawl. Yeah. So many people, dude. It was insane.
Like, Axial posted that. Yeah, they posted a time lapse, like a drone time lapse of the cars going through at night. I was like, whoa, that was cool.
It was insane, man. Like, I couldn't believe how many people there were.
That's a ton of trucks.
Look at Cody says 40 miles on the trails. 40 miles of trails. That's a lot.
That's a lot in a weekend for sure.
Bill and the G6 crew, man, they did an awesome job with those trails.
Yeah. So that's who put that on, the trails out there?
Yeah, they built G6? Them all. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Josh Short says they camped and made it back by 11:45. I think so Reef had an RV there, and so I was just hanging out with them at the end of that. And the Pitbull crew came back, and that was about midnight. And then we started talking about the stars, and like the sky was unreal that night.
Yeah.
You could see the satellites kind of like moving, hauling across the sky. It was so cool. But that's awesome. It was super cool. My highlight was, anybody that was there is gonna know what my highlight was. What do people think my highlight was?
I saw the post. I know. I saw the post.
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome.
So I got it here.
That is so cool.
Yeah. So that's one of the like military coins that they give in the service.
Yeah.
For outstanding service. And I'm not a service member, but Operation 11 Charlie gave me this as
super cool, man.
A token,
Yeah.
Yeah, super cool.
Super awesome.
I have some of these from the humanitarian stuff that I did in the past, and it'll go with all of those on a little shelf, the military coins that they bestow upon you. But yeah, totally humbled. He asked me to be there. He asked if I was going to be there, and I said, yeah, of course I'm going to be there. And grab my camera in my truck, trying to charge my batteries for it. I thought that it was because they were going to get an award, which they did. They got $10,000 from Horizon Hobbies for Good
Wow.
to spend on like gift card, like that they can use a Horizon Hobby for whatever they need for putting those rigs together for veterans.
Dude,
So I'm just filming, thinking this is it. Like that's the moment he's wanting, like
that's
me to capture.
amazing.
And then he called up Reef and I, and then Andrew, and then also Bill, but he wasn't there from the G6 crew.
Yeah.
Got one as well of these coins. So
Dude,
yeah, very special, very cool, and
so
definitely going to
cool.
be on display here. Yeah,
Super cool, man.
so
Congratulations.
I've gotten them in contact after USTE. I hung out with them, and I've been a big fan of Javier and what they were doing for a while.
Yeah.
But I kind of made a connection between them and Horizon
Sure.
for Axialfest for them to come up.
That's
and
cool.
got them in touch with Andrew, and man, what they've done from that moment on has been insane.
Bro, that's a huge thing to be able to hand out the gift cards, because I know when we've worked with them before for sending out cars and stuff like that, it's expensive just to ship, right?
Yep.
Like, and to be able to be like, here's a card for X, Y, and Z, and it'll be shipped to your doorstep. Like, I know they really enjoy doing the ceremony, but to be able to do that, to reach that many more people that need it, that's so rad. Super cool.
Nice. Yeah, and I was talking to them too about like some of the SCX 24 stuff. I'd love to build some up with some of my parts and all that and get them that they can give away. So
there you go.
it's not much. I can buy a SCX 24 and then upgrade it pretty easily. So
okay, so I had an idea, and I was thinking about this because we were talking about the St. Jude project. And I started doing a little bit of research on fundraising. And so I guess I'll talk about St. Jude real quick, and then we'll hop into the idea that I had. So in the month of July, 31 days, there's a challenge. It's mainly on Facebook, but I'm kind of pulling it over to Instagram. The challenge is to do 30 miles in 31 days. So I'm teaming up with Element. We're going to take an Element trail rig, and I'm going to run that for 30 plus miles. And I'm going to I found a way on Instagram where I can start a fundraiser, and the money goes directly to St. Jude. It doesn't come through me. It doesn't go through Element. It doesn't go through PayPal. It goes directly to St. Jude. So I'm going to have posts up that will allow you to fundraise from that post. Mm-hmm. And then at the end of the term, what we're going to do is everyone who posted or who donated are going to go into a hat. If you donate more than once, you're going to go into the hat. And basically we're going to draw one, and then whoever's name comes up gets the car that we ran for however many miles we ran. And, if there's anything that needs to be touched up or whatever, of course, we're going to touch it up and clean it and, fix anything that's worn, because 30 miles is a long time to go. My goal is to get more than 30 miles. I'd really like to push the 40, maybe 50 mile mark. And I don't know if it's possible, but I really want to try. And hang on one second.
Cody's saying by the time I saw him, he'd put on 40 miles. Wow. I didn't see him till like the Friday night. That's crazy. Saw a bunch of people Friday night at the
Sorry, my wife just busted in and she's like, I need your phone. And I'm like, my phone's right here. And she was tiptoeing. I know.
It's my camera.
So, hey, back to the St. Jude thing. So I'm trying
solo. We can kick you off for a little bit.
Yeah, I know, right? Now it's bedtime, so we're trying to. She handles all the bedtime on tonight. So.
Oh, you recorded lullabies for your kids on your
phone? Yeah, I know, right? It's me talking into them. The Samuel Jackson go the F to sleep.
That is a wild ride.
I love it. Dude. So the idea is that we want to raise as much money and give it to St. Jude.
And a giveaway,
And the giveaway, So while I'm doing this, I'm going to document it. I'll also
now, if people give, does that enter them for the giveaway?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. So, and I can track it through Instagram. So, and you can give anonymously and only I'll know, or you could give it and put your name on the post. It'll actually show on the post how many, what's being given and all that.
Nice.
And then also, when I can on these trails, I'm going to go live while we're crawling, and you can also purchase badges there that will go straight to St. Jude too. So it's like a super chat, but it'll go straight to St. Jude. So that starts July 1, and I'm going to be
that.
doing some artwork, and I'll be posting it up so in the next 3 days. But then I thought maybe you and I can team up for something like that in the next month, and maybe we can do something like that for Operation 11 Charlie, because I looked them up and they've got the same credential to do a donate straight to their charity.
You're a full-on nonprofit now, man.
Yeah, and so they actually have it where you can do it directly on Instagram and it'll go straight to them. So I was like, we should do something like that.
We should totally do it.
And I don't know if that'll be like same thing, like do a trail, do a trail walk or
something, whatever it is, some kind of donation.
Yeah, I think that'd
whatever
be
we figure it is, like competition between us that just raises money or whatever.
Sure.
Donate off the stuff or however we want to do it.
Right.
I think that's cool.
Yeah.
And anytime their name was mentioned, Operation 11 Charlie, everyone went nuts.
Oh, I bet.
They're so big now. Like their name is huge, and it's so cool to see that. Unfortunately, I started something called Reef Money.
What's this all about?
Well, I was bidding on the Operation 11 Charlie had signed one of their banners, and people were bidding on it. So the bidding was going up, and it kind of stalled for a second. I'm like 250, so I was in for it. Sign banner, Reef pops up 300, and they look back at me, and I'm like, I don't got Reef money.
Did you at least hit him back a couple more times to bump it up?
No, because he would have totally dropped it on me. I know Reef. He'd have ran me up the pole, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, no, it was funny. He, twice bid big when he knew the money was going to Operation 11 Charlie. Really good dude. Really, really like one, what they're doing for the hobby with their servos, but two, what they're just doing for the hobby in general. And they show up at the events, they're giving back, man.
Yeah,
putting it in.
I sent him a little note the other day in the mail, and I was like, it's hard to describe what it means to be a team member for a company and a person and a family like that. When you know where his intentions lie and you know what kind of person he is and where his company values are, that kind of a thing. And, I didn't call him to the mat on it, but I let him know that like, we appreciate that. Yeah. And my family appreciates that for what he does for the hobby and what he does for us and all that kind of stuff. And, it's like, he's been awesome. And, as a businessman to businessman, me and him talking back and forth and stuff like that, it's like, it's great because he treats everyone with respect, and he'll hear it and listen to whatever you got to say. And it's not just like a brush off kind of a thing. And this was before we had this relationship where we were texting back and forth, and it's like, it's just, even before that, he was really cool. So yeah, big props for him.
Especially, and, I'm busy. He's busy. I don't reach out to him that often. He reached out to me early on and just said, hey, I love what you're doing, and, just kind of reached out to me that way. But we talked on the phone, and, I've been a fan of his product. He knows that. Just, he didn't even ask me to be, but I just, the Raw 500 became my go-to servo.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then the micro ones for, most of my really, the rigs I really go to, which, spoiler alert, very soon we're going to have a collaboration servo that I have coming.
Nice.
That Reef is making for me to sell. And so I'm super excited about that. It'll be coming soon, I hope. The last details I know it's been worked on, and it's right at the end of packaging and all that. So,
that's so
hopefully
awesome.
soon I'll have a new servo for you guys made by Reefs for me.
Super cool.
That I'm super excited about. We've been hinting about the Mighty Chihuahua for a little while. That's
Cat's
what
out
it
of the
is.
bag.
Cat's out of the bag, but it's coming.
Super awesome. Everyone, so Swampers RC said he wishes he had enough followers to be a real help. Man, everybody's a real help. Like that's the thing. That's the thing that I think, like I said, when I was starting and I was talking to Reef, that was before we hit a real steep like spike in our following and stuff that we were doing, and he was just like super legit with me, without even knowing who I was or anything like that. And the following is more of just the genuine, having the genuine talking about things and genuinely standing behind, like with his product. I have no problem being like going to bat for it. Like it's a good product and I like his company, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I think that's the kind of stuff where people lose sight of it and they don't realize. I think people look at getting collaboration deals and stuff like that. They don't see the intimacy of that and like how it's a real person on the other side. And sometimes you're dealing with a real company it's food on their table basically. And so you have to remember that at some point. So, but yeah, I mean, every little bit helps out, and like when we're doing these charity projects, everything helps out. Like, $1 helps out, and it's like, it gets people going and it starts getting people interested and people hear about it and see it. And I think it's, there's no, it's like, there's no donations too small. So,
yep. Well, and no, even just pushing what they're doing, even if it's not donation,
right.
Just the support.
Yep.
People know you support them, Swampers. I know you do. So,
absolutely.
Shiki RC and Gaming, he was one of them that was with Operation 11 Charlie. In fact, he had a really awesome low C Nightcrawler. Had those new Pro Line like mud tires on it. It was one of the sickest looking RCs, man. It looks so good.
Which mud tires were they? The Mambas or were they?
The
okay.
Mambas, like with the oh gosh, they look so cool on that thing.
Right on.
They look so good.
That Nightcrawler is a vehicle that I don't think people get enough airtime on it with. Like
the bummer was it was Axialfest, right? So I wanted to see it in action, but
oh yeah, I didn't realize that. I guess that's where I get confused, is that it's kind of under the same umbrella, but it's not.
You would think, because that would have opened the doors for like a couple of the other low C vehicles, like the Laser Nut to run, but they didn't open that up to the rock racing.
Right.
So yeah, he put the Raw 500 Operation 11 Charlie servo in it. They didn't let me run it.
Oh, bummer.
Yep.
Bummer.
That's what happens. But yeah, so we'll have some stuff like that. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do for my 50,000 subscriber giveaway. Talks with one of the companies that wanted to do something when I did hit 50. And
I don't know if you probably can't hear. Did you hear your sound effects?
No,
you probably can't hear them because you don't have cans on.
I don't have
you just hit a big explosion like thunder bolt.
Oh really? Oh, I was just cleaning off dust on here. I must have hit the button. That's funny.
You're like 50,000 giveaway. Boom.
I did not mean to do that. That's funny. Yeah, I don't have my headphones on today. Because I took them with me to listen to audio.
Yeah.
I'm halfway through editing the first video from Axialfest. I'll probably only do 2. One's going to be a long one. It's got the ceremony at the end.
Sure.
Kind of everything. And then there's going to be one that's like just all the rock racing video. So I filmed all of it, man. Like I filmed so much of the rock racing.
What was the craziest like piece of action, like the craziest crash or the craziest just send that you saw there?
Probably, I didn't really see any huge sends.
Yeah.
I sent my Rift off of the top of one of the cliffs. I saw it looked like a great little like jump. Well, the problem was the approach to it's all rocks, and so first of all, I start like just one-handed driving and filming, like
right. Yeah.
whack, like straight into this rock at the top. And like, oh, I'm gonna have
Oh,
to start closer. So I
yeah.
start closer. When I throttle up, the front misses the jump part.
Oh
The
no.
back hits and immediately like endos, and it's going like bad news bears down. And so I just hit reverse, throw it into a front flip, and it just like slams on that rear axle. I'm thinking, oh, I just toasted that thing.
Yeah.
I hear everybody saying how weak those rift axles are. I'm like, it's goner.
Yeah.
And it drove away from it, man. It was
Wow.
insane. Like I landed it and bounced it into like a flip roll and out, and then eventually crashed. But it was pretty cool. But I mean, the stuff so what I got to literally be a part of was a 3-hour event the first night, no crawling, then the night crawl, to the start of the night crawl, which I left before it hit.
Yeah.
So I just went through like trail A, like the main trail to get to the main area. And then the next day we started with the rock racing, which went for hours.
Sure.
I just tied all of it up, filming it, all of the
Right.
good weather, and then it started raining. So then I went back and I worked on cars for people, and then came back with Owen, and we ran riffs for like 2 battery packs until I broke mine. His was still fine except for the clicking diff.
Yeah.
And then we went back to get crawlers. I wanted a crawler because I broke mine, but I just grabbed my SCX24 and hit the SCX24's rail because I really wanted to do that. So, and then at the very end, I knew we were going to the long 3-hour ceremony again. I grabbed my SCX-10-3 and I hit the trail by the bathrooms there, the new bathhouse, which they're talking about as being probably one of the trails that's always going to be there going on. And then I went to Trail A and started Trail A with it. Did some of the wood crawl hill stuff. But that's all I got for crawling. Like mainly SCX-24, whole SCX-24 trail, and then like very like 8 gates of Trail A.
Harley's creeping on us. He says, driving home, doing my research for tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's loading up. Loading up. So have you ever done a night crawl before? Like a legit, like
I hate lights. I absolutely hate RC lights on cars. I have nothing but troubles with them.
Oh, really?
They make my video look like crap because they streak if it's daylight and there's lights on. It's just like and I feel like I'm trying to be who's a Star Trek director guy that Shyamalan, or who is it that does that? No, was it him?
It was Michael
Bay. Michael Bay. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of. Where it's just like lens flare everything. So
yeah,
I don't like them, and so I don't remove lights from cars if they come with them.
Yeah,
except for my LMTs, which just happens when I crash them enough that they come out. But I do not make a point of putting LED lights into any of my cars.
Yeah.
I don't need the extra amperage draw, whatever. I don't need the potential, whatever problem they may cause when they short. I don't want any of it. So
I've never had any issues with lights.
Yeah.
I mean, filming them at night is not the best.
Abrams, yeah.
Oh, Abrams, there you go. Yeah, filming them at night.
But there's actually Michael Bay that went really nuts with it. The
Transformers, flare, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
I did a legit one last summer, and it was so much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun. I can't wait to do another one this summer. There's 2 that are coming out. There's going to be 2 like weekend deals out here that I'm going to go. I'm probably only going to hit one. We'll see. But oh, dude, the night crawls are so much fun. I
hate plugging them in, and then when I take the car apart and I forget to unplug them, and I rip the cables out and stuff.
Yeah. See, I wire mine so that everything is just like one plug and it comes out. Like
the magnetic mount one sounds interesting to me, where when you put the body on and the magnets hit and they turn on.
See, that sounds like that's a recipe for disaster to me. That seems like lights flickering.
So, like my 5T, the lights lasted on it. Not even the first run. They got severed. My Max by Traxxas, second run, severed. Maybe the first run. I'm like, why did I spend so much money for these stupid lights on these when they don't even LMT? They don't even like those front buckets on that
Yeah.
son of a digger. They're just gone. Like there ain't even room to hold the lights anymore.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
just like, nah.
Yeah. Nah, see, I like them. I think, and the way I've done
Well,
lights
you're a
on
dork,
my,
so I just figured that. So
well, hey,
I
the way I
can't.
do lights in mine is that I do them so that they're placed in places where you're not getting hot spots. So like I'll put the LEDs inside the fenders where you can't see them at all, and they just shine under.
Underglow. Yeah,
Yeah,
underglow.
but like
Yeah.
rock light, like I just do
Yeah.
the white for that. And then like my headlights are behind lenses, so it's just a smooth color, you know.
So yeah, with the new Bronco for the SX24, I like the headlights. So I actually
Mhm.
unplugged those stupid bumper lights that they put in those things.
Those are
Those things,
ridiculously so
those
much
are
lens
terrible
flare.
for filming. Yeah.
I know. So much lens flare.
Unplug them and then and people are like, how'd you turn those off? I'm like, I just unplugged them. I don't want them on. They're garbage. Like, don't want that junk. So
Yep.
yeah. I like the rock lights for sure. I will tell you, I think that the night crawl is super awesome. I never do night crawls except for at Axialfest. So
Yeah.
it's like I'm not going to put them in. So I'm not going to turn the lights on otherwise.
Yeah.
So
Right on.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm gonna try to get out on the St. Jude walk, rain or shine, and try to do early in the morning. So I'm catching the sunrise every time. But I definitely need some lights on my rig for that. So we'll see what happens. But there's a couple. So what we did is my daughter and I, because my kids are into it. My kids want to do it with me. So I'm like, let's go. Like my daughter's like, I don't want to drive the entire time. I'm like, you don't have to. My son's like, let's do it. And so I'm like, all right. But so we went through and we looked at all these. I have an app called All Trails. And so wherever I go, I can say, find me a trail near here, and I'll click on it. So we logged about 50 miles of trail for next month that I'm going to try to do. I don't think I'm going to make all 50, but I'm sure going to try. There's a couple trails in there that are like 7-8 mile trails.
So All Trails is way cooler out west than it is out east. I had that app and it was like you guys have so much like there's so many descriptions and cool stuff for pictures. And ours is just like, we think there's like a mining road or like a mountain road that's used.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you're allowed to drive on it. Like it's
ours is
totally
super detailed.
Different. Oh yeah, you guys have all the trails out there.
Yeah, and like ours have GPS, so you can download the GPS map so you can follow it because you're in the middle of nowhere. Ours has pictures that are like within days old. So people are like, I just went up this trail. I saw 6 rattlesnakes. Be careful. And it's like, not going on that one today.
Yeah, right.
Like, and like there's stuff like that. And so it's really cool. We use it all the time because I go out and I run them when we go traveling. And so it's a lot of fun. What does he say? Night Quarry. And the dark was joking.
So David hung out with us at Reef's RV the last night. In fact, he helped hook me up. This kid won a Summit Racing tent.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I really wanted it. Like that was the one I wanted to win. And as he went, I'm like, I wonder if he'd sell that. He would sell that, and I bought it. So I have a Summit Racing tent now.
How big is it?
10 by 10 canopy.
Wow. Oh, it's a canopy.
That's a canopy tent. Yeah.
Oh, so like it has the sides that come down on it, or
no? It's just the top one that you hide under from the sun.
Oh,
just
okay.
Like that you set up for
a pop tent.
Whatever. Yeah, pop tent.
In the West, they call them a pop tent.
Canopy tent.
For soccer and baseball.
Yeah. So people are still talking about the light stuff. So I kept my Axial Capra because it has lights on it. So there, people. I have a car that has lights on it. It's a ready-to-run Capra. I took off the side panels and all that because I didn't want to look ready to run. And I put aluminum ones on, but it's still ready to run. I didn't touch it other than that. Nice. And every time I turn it on, every once in a while, the dig servo just sticks. And so I just have to turn the radio off and on again, and I'm good to go. So there's my story.
There you go.
But I have a truck with lights on it.
Have you tried My Trick RC lights?
No, they're the only lights that interest me, though.
Yeah. So they got a lot of cool control with their lights.
Yeah.
And
They could turn me on to lights.
well, let's talk because I've been talking to them. So a lot of they have controls where you can control from your radio. They have a
Yep.
control where you can like do high low, I think, or high medium low for how bright your headlights are and how bright your other lights are, and select if you want your rock lights on and your headlights and blah 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 blah, like all kinds of cool stuff. The one I really want from them, but they're sold out, is the backfire light. So when you go wide open, it'll actually blink like a backfire. So if you put it in some pipes or something like that, you'll see the shadow of it blinking. I think that's super wicked. I definitely want to try that. But
So Dan's asking about the canopy. It is heavy duty. It's even got the center support, which is where you know that it's like the next level. Because all the other ones are only the exterior square of it.
Oh yeah,
with the supports up. Well, if you have the braces that go into the middle and then up to support the top,
yeah,
then you know it's legit, and it has that.
I think that's the only kind they sell out here with all our rain. I don't think they sell the non-center support ones out here because, I mean, those
Walmart they'll sell them for $50 or whatever with the little blue ones.
Oh yeah, we've got so many of those during the rain. I mean, softball this year for my daughter.
Oh, like you're not, so you're not California because I was like, rain. What are you talking about?
No.
Yeah, you're upper West Coast. You're Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, we had maybe 2 days that were sunny in softball this year. All the rest were rain and hail, and it was just brutal. So we're all, we had like 3 people that had the big tents or the big pop tent. We had like 3 of them out there, and so everyone would be huddled underneath there. And oh man, the rain is brutal out here. But yeah, that's cool though. It's a Summit one. Summit's rad.
Yeah.
Do you have the Summit, the low C drag car? Yep. Weren't you trying to sell that?
Yep. I haven't opened it. Maybe I'll give that away for the 50th anniversary.
I'll sign up.
50K.
I'll sign up right now.
Well, I'm actually debating, do I do, so I had a company that wanted to do it. They'd reach out to me and said, hey, we'll work something out. It happened faster than expected because of Kevin Talbot.
Mm-hmm.
And my whole world's been crazy with the Monster Jam stuff. And I'm still not done editing those videos. Then family trip right after that, then right to this Badlands. And I mean, it's been nuts the past month. So I still am going to do something. It's just like, am I doing that? And are they still on board? Or am I doing maybe one of my mini monster trucks? Or am I going to build one of my mini scythe builds and give that away? So I might do one of those.
Can I give you some input?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
I would do a monster truck. You know why?
Why?
I came to your channel because of your monster truck stuff.
Yeah.
And I bet you a lot of people did.
Would you give an LMT away? Just buy one and give it away? Or would you give away one of the minis? The LMT is way more cool factor. Like if I were to give one away, if it were up to me, I'd do a Son of a Digger LMT. Favorite truck.
Or ever. What about a special edition gray Clodbuster?
Nah. Lame. Gray of all colors. I'm with Harley on that one. Gray, like gray.
See, I like the gray. I don't like the blue.
Let's we don't want to like ruffle any feathers. How about we just do gray?
Yeah. See, I like the gray. I don't like the blue. The blue is terrible.
Black. The black edition was awesome.
That's what I have.
Black and red.
Well, no, I'm talking about the baby blue that's on the gray is terrible.
Oh yeah.
If they just kept it gray and black or something like that,
baby blue and gray was like those colors just go like they hit a wall and you're like, those don't work together.
Yeah,
you can't even tell what's going on. Yeah.
No,
I don't know. I mean, I liked Harley's reaction to that though. Like,
yeah.
Special edition gray, really?
Yeah, it really pops. It pops with all those millennials.
Special edition to me, like
the
all matte black one was like that was a cool special edition. Like
that's what I have. That's the one I have. So, I don't know. I would think that would be
Owen
Very
says you got to
cool.
do something different. I have one of those.
Nah.
Which one, Owen? You already have the son of a digger, or you already have the micro? He already has the micro. I know that because he bought it for me.
Well, see, that's the
So
thing. I think.
Owen has been like my biggest supporter. I'm just gonna say it. Like he's been my biggest supporter the past 6 months, 7 months. Before I did the started selling stuff. And then once I started selling stuff, he's going like Harley.
I saw that. Yeah. The specialist of colors.
I would buy myself a gray guitar and play Mr. Jones and me.
Yes.
I had a gray guitar actually.
Yeah.
And I gave it away.
I have a gray shirt.
You do. Black is the only shirt color that exists to me.
I know my wife was. I forgot what we were talking about. Like I only have a couple. Your shirt, your Smoking Motor shirt, is like one of my only colored shirts out in my repertoire, and it's red. I didn't get I got the red and white one. So yeah, like I'm
sorry. You should have got the black one.
I'm all black.
You chose red. I don't even know why I made that an option.
Well, it's like
I could only ever give black as an option.
I know. Well, that's like my drawer of shirts is like black, blacker black, gray black, lighter gray black, and then some more black. Like
I felt like I was Josh on when I went up. So Owen and I went out on the trail and I got soaked. So Operation 11 Charlie gave me a shirt, like a fluorescent orange shirt. And I was like, man, you know who would love this? How they designed.
Yeah. So you should not wash it and put it in a bag and send it to him.
Oh, that would be special. It smelled so rank, dude.
And he could just be like, "It smells like Tony. I miss your musk."
So I was not like my hygiene that weekend.
Oh.
I stepped on this spike. Apparently, I don't know. Somebody said it was like a poisonous tree or whatever. I stepped on, so I put my Crocs on, Harley. So I'm boom, fist bump on that one. Yeah. However, they were camo. They were like country boy camo Crocs. They weren't even like military camo. They have like leaves on them and like tree bark. They were on sale.
Yeah,
but they're like the 4-wheel drive ones with the Velcro, and you can tighten them down. And so I put them on when we went out to the trails in the rain because I didn't want to get my nice salmon shoes. Yeah, I have like hiking shoes that I wear normally. I didn't want to get them soaked because it'd be super heavy. So I put these Crocs on. First of all, we got to the trail and they sucked. So like it was like moon dust before the rain.
Oh, so it's all
like
slick.
You step and it's like like these puffs of like just dust.
Yeah.
But when that gets rain on and there's the hard underlayer,
super slippery.
Slick. Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah. Ask Owen Rogers how many times I about hit the deck, man. It was bad news. Anyway, fast forward to the event at night and get my awesome military coin from Operation 11 Charlie here. After that, I kind of like am sneaking away with my, my badass new camera around the corner there because it's getting heavy at this point. And I walk around the backside of the Horizon RV, and there's this tree there. I don't know anything, I'm just walking past. Next thing I know, it's like extreme pain in my foot. So I'm like hopping on one foot, I kick my croc off, man. And I'm looking, I'm like, what the hell? So I pick it up, and there's like this, like it looks like a deer antler, like but trees, point going this way, and then like, but I mean it's this long. I took a picture of it actually.
So you had to tear off your muddy, wet socks that have like the white, they're white, but they're brown now, and they have like the blue stripes going on the top. Is that what you were? Yeah.
No, I had no socks. I don't wear socks with Crocs. Usually. I didn't this time because it was raining, and I would get them wet. So.
I could see the old gym teacher socks.
Here is the spike. I'm gonna focus this.
That's a twig, Tony. Oh, I see the spike.
That is the spike that went into my foot.
Yeah.
And like I have a bruise there, and I don't even know how far it went in before I pulled it off. I know it was sticking into the Croc about 1/4 of an inch. So it
Ouch.
hurt. It still hurts. Like I'm like peroxiding it and neosporining that bad boy.
And putting your foot back into the same funky crock that you came out of. So
yeah, I was
doing a lot of good.
No, I actually put on my
I don't want to see them. I don't want to see them. Oh yeah, I have those. Bomb.
These are PFGs right here.
Yeah.
These,
Well, I have the croc version of those.
Well, these are the Columbia ones, and these are awesome. Like,
yeah,
professional fishing gear versions.
Yep.
For catching, the big catfish we're catching out here in the backyard. Professional fishing.
Do you have a jersey?
If we're so redneck now. I don't even know what happened. Like,
you need to make the CCXRC fishing jersey now.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So before my yeah. So when O and I went out, I took off my t-shirt that was over my fishing shirt. I was wearing a fishing yeah.
Was it like a collared like
a
Bass Pro Shops?
Whatever those spandex shirts are, like the quick dry shirt.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't need any of this. I don't have to talk to you about this kind of stuff.
That's fine. Yeah.
You don't judge me for that.
I don't. Not at all. Not at all.
No. Yeah. So I was wearing a fishing shirt underneath my. Well, basically because they're you won't get sunburned through them.
CCX overalls and Crocs on the site soon.
Thanks, Dirk. Yeah, you know what? I don't need you, Dirk.
It'd be awesome.
See if you get any more extra products in your packages from now on.
But they'll have to be like they'll have to be they'll have to be like the old school Ben Davis train conductor style with like the CCXRC logo.
So it was the Duluth Trading shirt on. Yeah. Yes, I do have Duluth Trading overalls as well, Dirk.
Oh,
so there's that.
Hey, there's that is the only pants that I wear are Duluth Trading. Not gonna lie. They are hands down the best pants you can wear for work and life. They're awesome.
I have 2 pair of the non suspenders overall kinds, and I have a pair of suspender overall kind that I use for when I do projects around the house.
Yeah,
to prevent my kids from putting coins down my butt crack and stuff.
Do you have the
no quarter slots available for you today, Sonny boy? I got my overalls on.
So I have mine are all the ultimate fire hose because they're fire retardant when I'm welding in the shop. Yep. Oh, bro, they have like I have
pants. Oh my gosh, they're the best.
I wear and I wear through them because I wear them out at the shop all the time, but I've never caught on fire with them, which is like, it sounds silly, but like if I wear normal pants,
I catch my pants on fire. That's how I do.
Just saying. Like, I mean, I catch fire quite often. And so it's like with those pants, never catch on fire. It's awesome. But they need to be a sponsor for this action.
Yes. Duluth Trading, I will wear your crazy underpants. That feels so good. No, I was not wearing socks and sandals or flip flops. I was wearing Crocs. It's not the same.
I don't know, Tony. I can't do the Crocs. I just can't.
He said on the first night that tree would be cut down, so I think that's happened to others. I think it happened to him because when we were at Reef's tent, somebody from Axial was there and mentioned it, and that's where I heard that it was a poison, like a poisonous spike. And they were asking me how my foot was doing. I'm like, I didn't think anything of it, but now that you mention it, I kind of feel tingly.
Yeah. You're like, I've been bleeding out of my ear, but whatever. That's normal.
Dirk. He's gonna have to give his giveaway. No CCXRC tool.
There you go.
Because of 500 sub giveaway, I'll see that tool and I'll raise it a few. So let's talk.
There you go.
RC for all. Man, I wish you were there. It was awesome. Although your logo's showing up broken on my. Oh, wait, it works.
No, it shows up. Yeah. I think you should do a monster truck. I think a mini is super cool, but I think most people
would want an LMT. Let's just freaking do it. I'm going to spend a bunch of money because I don't have it right now. And so we're going to do an LMT as a 50K giveaway. It's not of a digger because it's my favorite truck
Yeah.
right now. I'm going to call it. I'm going to go and buy one.
Oh, I have a
I'm going to
conspiracy
do it.
that I don't know if anyone's seen.
Hey, what? He's calling me a tool.
CCI equals tool. So I've got a conspiracy.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone's seen it on RPP, the web on their website. The
Your
LMT,
deadbolt?
no,
Oh.
the LMT roller.
Discontinued.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
What's
have a
going on?
feeling. Well, I know that the version 2 axles hit the Gravedigger and Son of a Digger way, 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 way faster than the roller. I don't think
Okay.
that it sells.
What?
People buy. Nope. I would guarantee that the 5-1, the other two sell 5-1 over the roller.
I would agree with that because I think
The cost isn't it.
Yeah,
not there.
unless
There's not a sale.
Yeah. I feel weird because I'm in such a weird niche of all this stuff where because I generally only buy kits. I was thinking about that with Element.
You're a dying breed.
I know.
I'd go to your doctor and talk to him about that.
Well, he said there's a pill for it, but
Like,
no,
my blood pressure pill is mixed with my gout pill now.
wow.
Like one pill. It's like, yes.
Oh,
I'm so old.
you are old. Wow.
On
I
my
can't believe
tendinitis, I can't do squat about that. Like I have to
Oh.
relearn to every time I get up from sitting down, those first 5 steps, I have to relearn to walk my left foot in order to break through that tendinitis.
Dude, that is
Sucks.
Tendinitis is real. The struggle is real with that.
Yeah.
I've
So
been
people
having
only buy RTR, says Harley Designs. So where you at, Vanquish?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
You're
see,
selling stuff, and it's not RTR.
New tires even.
Although I will say, I bought my Phoenix back there the day it came out. Guess where it is?
In the box.
I haven't even opened the cellophane yet.
Oh man!
And I bought wheels with it.
There it
and
is.
there's a Reefs 500 servo with it, and like a 515. I had everything for it. It's not the time. I don't have the time.
Brutal. See, that's the thing.
Sorry,
I only do the builds, and I need that. Okay, so tell me if you think this is a legit thing. In my head, I feel like when I'm racing U4, I feel like I'm not pushing hard enough because I'm worried about breaking something that I built. Versus if it was like an RTR car, I see these guys with these RTRs that are basically just sending it. We had some guys out with the hammer rays that did really well, and they were just sending it. And because it's like, hey, you break it, you go to the hobby shop, buy a new part, put it on. Like all my stuff is handmade, except for like the axles, right? And so it's like I feel like I'm not driving hard because of that, and I feel like I feel like I want to get that next step up and just get an RTR and beat it to death on U4 and see how it goes.
See, no, I'm the opposite. Like if I build something, I know how I built it and I know how easy certain things are to work on. And so I'm more likely to just go for it. My ready to run is like, I'm not sure exactly what goes into rebuilding that. So,
yeah. Well, no, I agree with that for sure. But
if you do custom work, that's probably different. Like on top of it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's the part where, or, I know that I just added a ton of weight and it's like, I'm throwing 5 more pounds than what these axles were designed for at it. You know what I mean? And so
I rode Owen Rogers' Hammer Ray at Axialfest, and I really liked it.
Yeah.
So I bought the X Max because there wasn't anything out that I was like, that I need to have.
Now you're like, I need a Hammer Ray.
And the Hammer Ray was the one that was like, do I get the Hammer Ray or do I get the X Max? Like, I get the X Max.
Yeah.
I'm like, I kind of really want a Hammer Ray.
So, okay. So we had 2 guys with Hammer Rays out there.
It does tip a lot. It's tipsy.
The guys that are on our club that are out there know how to dial suspension. It was doing just fine.
Really?
Yeah.
So I just drove it like a monster truck. So I just kind of burped the like blip, 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 blip through the
Yeah.
corners, and it was fine.
Yeah. Well, one of the guys that does really good. I mean, shoot. I don't have my iPad. PNWRC, I think is what his handle is. Jameson.
Yep. He makes the ramps for monster trucks.
No, not him. Different PNW guy. Jameson Florence. He races U4 with us. His logo is like green and blue. I do collaborations on reels with him. He is like a suspension guru when it comes to the U4 stuff. And he was telling me the way he had it set up, he needed to just trust the trigger and just send it over the rocks. And when he was doing it, I mean, the thing was just like no problem, and turning no problem. And it did really well. Like it wasn't. People were questioning it because of how long the wheelbase is for this. It runs an IFS class, and it's like 1.5 inches, 2 inches longer than what the spec is for IFS. So people were like, I don't know. And it didn't run away with it. And it stayed. It didn't win. It's competitive. Yeah. It was 2 and 3 in one of the heats. So,
okay.
And yeah, no, I mean, I think if I chose to do it over and not do the Baja Ray, I would get the Hammer Ray.
Yeah,
for sure. It's also geared differently from what I understand.
Yeah, on 3S it was kind of like I could have used it a little more, it felt like.
Right.
It felt just under geared to me.
Yep. And that's the thing, because the Rock
Ray, I was not just wide open space. There weren't jumps or anything, so I don't know.
The Rock Ray is geared a little lower, and I'm pretty sure it has the same Rock Ray gears.
It's even less.
Well, no, I mean, the Baja Ray has a higher gear ratio than the Rock Ray does. And so I'm pretty sure it has the same Rock Ray gear ratio. But I think that's good for U4. Yeah, because you want some more grunt getting up those rocks. And it's a big truck. I mean, it's really I was
shocked at how big it was. Yeah.
That's what she said. So, you walked right into that one.
They gave it to me.
I know. You're like, that's not scale. Oh, no.
I don't know which button that is, actually.
That's not scale.
There you go.
Is that the right one?
That was it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can't even hear anything.
There you go. Yes. But says, I hear that I race a 10 scale 4-wheel drive short course, and it's different driving than Techno versus an Arma. I think he might be talking about a different conversation.
What brand are you trying to find out which is stronger, Sean? Hey, speaking of, did you see that new FCX24, the FMS one?
Yeah, we talked about it at great lengths last week.
They had it. That's right. Well, some people had it. I won't say who, because I don't know if it'll get them in trouble. But people had it at Axialfest Badlands, and it was awesome.
I've been following RC Review, Francis.
Yeah,
I've been following his videos on it, and it looks pretty rad. Not gonna lie,
it definitely looks rad. The colors are awesome.
Well, I mean, his driving of it looked really good. Like the performance of it, I was like,
yeah, the low speed is really good. The motor's huge. Like it's like 3 times the size of an SCX24 motor.
Yeah,
it's huge.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, second speed, is fast. Pretty much almost popping wheelies. Not really, but it's fast. It's really good. So yeah, I didn't get a lot of wheel time with it on the trails, but it just kind of around. And I was impressed.
Do you think like a brushless motor would be advantageous in it, or do you think it doesn't need it?
Well, I don't know. So I watched what Gammy RC did with it. He ported it over to an SCX24 because he feels like it's a better platform because there's more upgrades for it. So he took the whole transmission over to it, and I didn't really see the difference. And I also felt like The difference was like the original SCX-24 when you went from like low gear to high gear, and like nobody wants to be dealing with switches to have to do gearing. Like give me one solid, one single speed transmission
Right.
that has a decent low end, and give me a baby Goliath motor and we'll call it good.
Sure. Yeah.
So but yeah, it just felt like a little gimmicky with the 2-speed again.
Yeah.
Everybody keeps trying it, but it's like, do we really need it? So
if it would hold up to U4, because there's the U4 club out here for 124s.
Yep. But just do a faster speed. Like why do the
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you keep it in high gear and put a brushless in it, if the portals would hold up, then you might have a decent rig for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Why not just do a higher speed motor in a SCX-24 with portals?
I don't know.
Where there's a whole bunch of options already for them.
Yeah.
For hop-ups. That's the only question I have. I mean,
yeah, because out of the box it has portals already, and it's $130.
Yeah, price ain't bad.
Yeah.
And actually, the speed isn't terrible in second gear with the motor it comes with. So,
right. That's what I'm saying. If you put a brushless motor in it, whatever, a Furetech, a Rocket, or whatever, what kind of speed would you get out of it? He says it has plastic portal gears, though.
Yep. Yep. Becomes problematic if you do too much power. But metal gears are coming for it, so.
Yeah, and what isn't problematic when you start putting more power into it, right? Like,
yep.
Everything's going to break.
Well, if it's not, I mean, if it rolls out, that helps, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2FMRC did break his gears.
Oh, he did it. Oh no, he says didn't. Oh, didn't he do it? Yeah.
Yeah.
He
destroyed the truck pretty much right away.
But, really?
Yeah.
That's too bad.
So, I mean, but what I ran as a stock truck was like, okay, like this is way better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the 2-gear thing is, I know like Harley, he was in here earlier, and Matt and them, they're just like, just give us a single speed. It's less to deal with.
Yeah.
It's kind of like me with lights. Like, why add lights if I don't need them? Like, it's one more thing to deal with. I don't really want to work on.
But
make my truck run. I don't need to see. Like,
in your head, you can make motor noises and shift gears in your head.
Yeah, I do that anyway. What are you talking about? I know. But most of mine's like, I'm like barely going, because I'm just like, if I can, I'm all about the creep. I'm just like,
yeah.
I don't want to go fast.
Yep.
Like I hate it. So that was the thing at So the one thing I didn't like at the Badlands was the trucks, the course that I was going on. I kept having to just muscle through things where it didn't look scale. So it's like slam it, because if you didn't, you were going to high center. So you're just like jamming things to keep your front end from getting stuck from your bumper, or your back end's getting hung up on stuff. So you have to back up and then just like slam through it so your bumper doesn't hang. And I just want to be like, chilling, like holding the drink out the window, like
you're like, hold on,
hand in it, like
you're like, hang on, let me light an incense, and then we're gonna drive.
Let's roll. And one hand on the wheel, kind of like,
yeah.
I don't got that little suicide knob, so I'm just kind of rolling it one-handed.
Oh, yes. Yep. So I've got to talk about this. Not RC related, but speed related. I went and saw Top Gun last night.
Oh, I heard it's amazing.
Bro. So we have at our theater, they have D-box seats, which are the seats that they're like Disneyland, where they like kick you around a little bit and like lean and pitch and stuff. So we're like, let's try this out. So we got the D-box seats and we went to the movie, and it was like a rad experience. Like the seats, I mean, you literally felt, there was a couple moments where I felt like I was getting some G-force going back, just because the seat would lean back and then it'd like rip you over while the plane's ripping through. Super cool. Super, super cool movie. It was
That
good.
sounds awesome. So you did the what do they call that? The what's the massive screen one's called?
IMAX?
IMAX. Is that what you did?
No, it's just our local theater is a pretty nice theater, and so it's a big screen. But
Motion seats. They
yeah,
move the seats. That's cool.
yeah,
See, he says single speed for sure.
yeah,
I agree.
yep.
Baby Goliath. If you don't know, guys, for your SCX 24s, if you just want to throw in some good power, a little bit of grunt, smooth action, keep that top end of the stock motor, but get a little bit more. Baby Goliath, $20, ccxrc.com.
There you go.
Where it's at.
There you go.
I really do like that motor. I was running my Bronco at Axialfest Badlands, and it's smooth, man.
It's going in this one. This one's getting a makeover. So we're going to do that in this one. We're going to put the little guy tires on this, change the suspension a little bit, and go to town with it. So,
dude, RC for all seen it 3 times in that theater. All my
really,
friends keep saying, go see it. Take my kids.
Yeah,
We're gone.
So the PG-13, if you're concerned about like language and like romance,
they've watched all the stuff with
well, that's gonna say the language wasn't that bad. Like the language was not that bad at all, and like the romance scenes were really not that bad.
Yeah,
like it was a good movie. Like I was,
that's what I heard.
My daughter and my parents.
What am I trying to say? The Marvel, like it's kind of, they say, in that kind of.
It's even less cursing than Marvel. Okay. Yeah. I mean, and Jennifer Connelly. I mean,
well,
come on. I was like, wow.
I'm waiting for something to peg you from like across the room. Let me throw something at him.
I know. No, it was definitely. So it ended up being just me, my daughter, and my parents went. And then, so I called my wife right after. I'm like, we got to do this again. Date night. We're going to go see it. You're going to like it. So,
dude, Son's the only one now that hasn't seen it.
Yeah, he was having a hard time yesterday. So I was like, you're staying home.
Oh,
so,
punishment.
Yeah.
Basically, it meant you want to see it 3 times.
Essentially, yeah.
See it again with him.
Yeah. But those seats were like game changing. So like it opened up a whole like realm.
4D. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've been to Disneyland and stuff like that where they do those seats that move around and stuff. It wasn't quite that great, but it was still like, okay, let me paint a picture. So he's in the cockpit, the canopy closes. When the canopy closes, you feel ka-chunk. You feel the seat move. Then they cut away to the front landing gear, and the catapult latches onto the landing gear because it's taking off the aircraft carrier, and you feel the ka-chunk. And then you're sitting there, and you can feel the aircraft carrier do this, and then the plane takes off, and your seat goes back like this, and you're like, yes. I mean, it was awesome. Totally worth it.
My little logo there over your left shoulder feels like an afterthought. Like yours, like, oh, let me just stick that in there. Just
you're up here somewhere. You're up on the moon. You're on the main one. I thought you're on the one on the track. I know that.
Okay, it feels like you're trying to get a little brownie points by putting it in there.
It's one of the
stick it in the shot. All right, where's my shot going to be? Frames here to here. Just look at right over in.
It's a double dip. It's not only yours, but it's the banner that came from Bull Gear.
Nice.
So the one that you sent out, or
the Bull Gear ones. Those are what they look like if you're curious.
Yeah. Right there.
That's funny. I don't know why I just zoned in on that. It was funny because you're doing something. I'm like,
hey,
it just looks like it's like stuck there. Like just servo tape that up there just in shot. Let me just a little left, right there. That's good.
It's planned marketing.
Man, I don't know. I don't have a whole lot coming up. So I got one of those Riarios actually. Have you seen that little 14 scale buggy? So they reached out to me about doing it. I'm like, man, I'm busy. I don't have any time for it. They just kept being super polite about it. I'm like, you know what? I'll do it. I looked at it. I'm like, this looks pretty trick. Like carbon fiber parts all over the place for like
Really?
$200 for this little thing.
Yeah.
It's impressive. I have to
I don't-
still do the video on it. They wanted one done by now because it comes out, I think, tomorrow. But I was like, I'm just getting back. Like, I got back in town and it's sitting here waiting for me. And I'm like,
Can you show us pictures on the web? I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Who is it by?
The first 200 were going for $99. It's by Riario. Pull it up here. Riario.
Huh.
Let's
make a little video right now, Tony.
I'm trying to see here. Let me go to YouTube. Who's the really cool RC guy that does RC stuff?
CCXRC?
Nope. That's not it.
Which RC Sailors?
I saw them at no, but I saw them at.
I'm trying to think of other people that are doing release stuff. JT?
No. Razor RC. Razor RC, that's it.
Okay.
It took me a minute.
Is it Harley goes Riario Speedwagon? I like it. Let's 3D
Speedwagon. No, it's like a little. Here, I've got it. I'm gonna just like skim through his stuff so I don't get flagged.
Don't they have a website?
I think we're good. I think he and I are good. I like him. I actually really like his reviews. I think they're some of the best for bashers. So take that into account if you're wanting to.
So RC for All said Roadside RC had a massive wreck and came out unscathed.
Raro guy had that Raro first. Razor RC, yes, RC for All knew who I was talking about without me saying it.
West Desert Wheeler.
Where are the rest of you guys? It's all about RC for All. He knows what I'm thinking. So here it's got like carbon fiber chassis, carbon fiber shock towers.
It looks like a little 8-scale buggy scaled down.
Well, I mean, it's like that 14 scale Team Associated size. And yes, I do have this reminder for beginner to put a bumper on them. It does say that. So here's like this purple. I like the color of the body too. I don't mind it. I don't know why.
Hang on a second, Tony. I hear someone yelling outside. I'm about to throw a smackdown. Hang on.
I keep telling you the rest of y'all about this. It's Relarlo. He's got an L. RLAARLO. That's really tough. Relarlo. Brushless motor. 2S LiPo, 3S capable. You can see the carbon fiber chassis. Anyway, $199 for these. $99 for the first people to get them. Aluminum shocks. Again, I've been saying no to a bunch of these things recently. I don't have the time to deal with them all, but they asked a few times. I looked again. I said, okay, it's kind of interesting. $200 for this kind of cool brushless. You see the motor there. It looks almost castle-like with the green. But
sweet.
Yeah.
Does that have a proper like 3-wire servo and all that?
Yep, 3-wire servo. Yeah.
That's rad.
Separate receiver, all that kind of stuff.
Is it
He actually took it to a track and ran it and did pretty decent with it. However, I will say the short course drivers were terrible that were around him. It was pretty bad what he was having to work around there. But he's a great, he's a racer. And so when he does reviews on stuff, he's got 34,000 subscribers.
Sweet.
Yeah, he's doing good.
That's cool. So I had to run. I heard a dog bark and I heard someone yelling and I was like, I was like, what's going on out there? That's uncommon for my
Yeah.
neighborhood. I was like, what's going on? Anyways,
Speaking of these advanced batteries, I showed them last week on here. They're
Gen
sweet.
Ace.
Yeah,
Dude.
they're sweet.
Don't tell Ovonic, but I'm really wanting to get some of those.
Dude, so yeah, so just one, like, the quick check on them for checking, like, you don't have to plug into your, like, lipo check or whatever. You just grab the battery,
Yeah.
push the button. Why haven't we been doing that for like 5 years now? All of
I
my
know.
Ryobi and DeWalt tools do it.
I know.
You click the battery, it tells you how much battery life is left.
Is it much bigger than the normal size of that battery?
Well, the ones
with
I
that,
have are pretty big, but yeah.
I saw that like 10,000 milliamp one.
The
Or
one of
whatever.
them's massive, the 4S one.
Yeah.
The 3S one's normal size, so I put that in my SCX-10 III.
So like the 3S, is it normal size for that same comparable battery with all that tech on it?
Yeah, the big one isn't, but that one's pretty normal.
That big one, so like
It's massive.
I have one of those RC 4-wheel drive Deans to USB adapters. Have you ever seen one of those? Mm-hmm. So like you can plug it into your battery and then charge your phone or do whatever. Yeah. That 10,000 milliamp one would be awesome because I could plug in my trailer lights for my camper, my trailer, and light up everything in there.
Yeah,
super rad.
West Desert Wheeler, it's just a bit bigger than a Mini B because the Mini B is 1/16 scale.
How fast would you say it is? Not, I mean, just, is it quick? Like,
it's quick, man. Yeah, it's like wheelies and stuff. Yeah.
Really?
It's like when you take the Mini B and you put the brushless system in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's about what it is.
See,
but the Mini B's run those tiny little packs. These run a much bigger, like 2S battery pack.
That's cool.
And you could do like some of the smaller 3S ones that, well, Venom used to sell, but I know like Spectrum and them have, but
yeah, like a flight battery.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they haul.
Cool. See, something like that I think would be fun on that track that I sent you pictures of, the dirt clay track at Die Hard, because that is like huge sends. And for a little car like that, it'd be like you'd be able to really open it up and rip. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So they're the first 100 or 99, and then after that it's a
first
200.
200 were $99. So they come out tomorrow. I don't have a video on it, but there's something else I don't have a video on that's coming very soon. It's a bummer about, but I'll tell that story later. I've got a couple of RC conspiracies waiting in the wings.
Really?
There were some special vehicles we saw being tested at Badlands. New crawler, potentially.
Ooh.
Potentially that we've seen.
Was it a base camp?
See it. I did not personally see this crawler, but somebody else saw it being videoed and photographed.
Ooh.
And said to be on the lookout for it. So,
like real soon?
I don't know.
Thursday?
No. But there was, I guess that the people that saw it were there early. Just like they got there to camp and do like full 1-to-1 size stuff.
Sure.
Just happened to see people out filming some stuff. So
that's cool.
They didn't tell me what, which is good because I would probably blurt something out if I knew more. All they said is that there's conspiracies to be watching for. And so I said, really?
Yeah.
I said, yes, we were out and we saw stuff being photographed.
Nice.
I said, for who? Which company?
West Desert Wheeler says a new element spotted at Axialfest. Well, there is some stuff about that too. So I would keep your eye on them for a while too. So
supposed to hit 60. That little car is supposed to hit 60 miles per hour.
And then it leaves 2 tracks of flames and then the license plate spinning and it disappears.
It hit 60 miles an hour when I'm driving it to the track and I'm going down 96. And it's in the back of my truck. It's going 60, probably 85 actually. But yeah.
What scale was it again?
14 scale. It's 60 miles per hour. That'd be insane.
That'd be cool. So Associated has a little 14th scale.
Yeah, it looks awesome too.
Yeah, the
All
brush.
military themed.
Yeah, they have two of them. One's red, white, and blue, and one's like a military like Mustang. I've been wanting to get one of those and just let
It's
those rip.
awesome.
Have you seen it?
Awesome. I had one.
Oh, you did? Oh,
I
that's
sold
cool.
it when I moved. I wasn't
Yeah.
meaning to sell it, but some people came and asked, like, is this all the RCs you're selling? I'm like, well, I could sell these. Like, I don't mean to, but
Everything's got a price.
yeah.
That's cool. I didn't know you had one of those. Yeah, I've been looking at
Yeah,
getting one of
Adventure
them.
Builders kit coming back out. I think HPI coming back into the swing of things is good. That's all I got to say. I have nothing against them going back at it. They had some interesting stuff with that battery that moved, like the tray and all that, and the steering. They had way more than the SCX-10 at the time.
I'm unfamiliar with it. I don't know.
Way back in the day, the HPI Venture.
I know the vehicle. I don't know the innards. I really am interested to see what comes out. Man, I really wish Element would put out something.
Sakura, that's right. Never mind.
I really wish Element would put out something like a Baja Ray or a Hammer Ray. It's just not in their wheelhouse. Like they're more about the chill crawl. They're not about the race crawl kind of stuff. That's an Associated thing, but Associated doesn't do rocks. So except for the CR12 or whatever it is, but I guess that's still branded under Element. But man, I'd love to see something like that from Element. Oh, I would love to see something like that. Because I think that's kind of, do you feel like the market's kind of going a little bit more bigger tire stuff all of a sudden? Like Proline's coming out with more 2.2s, RC 4-wheel drive's coming out with more 2.2s. You got the Rift, you've got the SCX6,
you had like
Hammer
the
Ray,
54-inch 1.0s and like that. That's what I've been watching.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I honestly like. It's unfortunately not my scene.
Yeah.
I haven't been paying attention.
Yeah.
I've been watching the mini stuff and the monster trucks.
Yeah.
And bashers. And I watch what, like for the most part what people are doing, but I don't get into the tires and wheels and stuff. Like there's so much of that going on. Like
yeah.
Like I try to keep up with the cars coming out and all that, but
is there a conspiracy about a monster truck, Tony? Because I saw Hetmansky dropped a video either a couple weeks ago or a couple days ago, and he was talking about LMT tuning or something like that. And I was like,
he's just working on his own. He's like retuning his own truck that he kind of pitched to Losi.
Okay.
Like so, they kind of got a lot of the design details and stuff working with him. But he's just retuning it like to make it even more race ready.
Okay.
So he's doing a whole bunch of his own custom stuff with it.
I got to make it out to one of the local races out here now that those guys started. I really do. I heard it's a lot of fun. One of the guys at the U4 club said that he went out and he had a blast. So yeah. I got to give it a try. It's just so far. So far. It's like a 2-hour drive for me on a Sunday morning. Like I can't do Sunday mornings. It's a long
tough.
Drive. Yeah.
So yeah,
what other?
I don't know about the 2.2. I have noticed that on the 1.9s that the tires seem to be taller and taller, and same with our micros. Everybody's going with the tallest tire they can get that fits like the 1.0 rims.
Right.
So I don't know.
Well, 1.9
is tough.
1.9 stalls out at 4.75.
Right.
There's only one tire.
Everybody's running that like as big as they can. It seems like.
Yeah.
I'm running mine small.
You like small tires on your 1.9s?
I like scale looking tires.
4.75 scale for if you're doing a massive crawler.
Yeah. If you've like got something to prove and you own a Jeep.
Everything to prove.
Yeah.
everything to prove. Now,
When I go to the mall, I want to be running on 39s.
yeah. Duh. I got something here that I finally brought home, but I got to do some tuning to it. It's kind of half apart. Speaking of 475s.
Oh, that looks so good. I love it.
So I got headlights that are coming and a different
I would leave
roof
them
rack.
out. It looks so good without them.
The ones I got coming look scale. They're like a glass, like it looks like like a dome piece. Yeah. So I got to tune some front end stuff. My rear suspension is doing all right. So look at all that
It
travel.
looks short.
What? That's super long.
Well, I mean, the skid plate looks super long, but the rear arms look really short.
That's an Ecto. That's what it is. Everything, it's all Ecto based. I'm showing you
The
the side
transmission plate's
with the-
that long in the middle?
Oh no.
That's where you stretched it.
That's custom. So there's a transmission plate.
Yeah.
So I'm showing you the side with the huge gash in it. I went out and crawled with it before I even took pictures of it, and I was like, well, that was a dummy move. Everything's scratched now. I don't know if you can see my rusted element sticker.
Yeah, man, I love the look of that body in that cage, though.
Thanks. I've got my zombie what if Captain America in there.
Now, do you hang up on that thing in the middle or no? Does it slide over pretty good?
No, I haven't had any problems with it. It's going to get a lot more runtime here in the next couple weeks. So the only bad thing is it's heavy, but it's heavy in the right places. And I'm going to backpack this when I go and crawl for what just
30
fell?
miles.
Oh, it's
I don't know.
yeah.
You should probably sell it to me. It sounds like something broke off it.
It was my wife goes to pick it up, and I had the plastic covers on this.
Here, hold on. Let me put you full screen. This is ridiculous that I'm even on here.
All right. There it is. In all its glory. So I'm doing some modifications. I'm gonna bob these here. I want more clearance for my tires.
I think you should just put black lenses in those headlights and call it good.
Well, I'm gonna do. You'll see the headlights
Just
that are
monster
coming.
truck it out, man. Black those things out with like rectangles.
Well, the headlights that are
Squares.
coming, they look scale. They're glass and they're domed, and then I'm gonna put the X's over them. It's gonna look sick. And then what's cool is you can't really see it, but through the crankshaft pulley, the harmonic balancer, if you will, that's right where that nut is where my winch comes out. So all my servos and my winches hidden under.
All right,
the
so
motor.
if you go to sell this, I get first right of refusal. Just saying.
There it is. My Frankenwagon is still in my position. I was thinking about making that into a 2.2 and going all ham with it.
See, you just wanted me to approve you going 2.2. That's what you're getting at here. Because 1.9 is still where everything's at.
Yeah. Shiki's RC saying that should be Tony's 50K giveaway. Yeah. He's
like, no. You would have to pay me a lot of money.
I might have to trade you an X-Max for that. It's got quite a bit of beef in it. It's got the Axe 3300.
I might get trade an X-Max for that, but I wouldn't give it away for 50K. Screw you guys. I'm keeping that thing. I mean, I like y'all, but
yeah,
not that much.
So it's got the Axe 3300 in it. It's got Spec RC wheels. RC.
Well, Spec RC wheels alone are money.
Yeah, for sure. And then it's got the Reefs 800 IS servo winch, 777 steering servos going in it. Right now I have the 555, but I'm getting the 777 for it. I don't
need 2 X Maxes for this at this point. I'm counting up money.
I know. Body is all custom 3D printed. And then of course chassis is all custom. And then the frame rails, long travel, and then the cage. and then Captain America. So it should be a fun truck to run. It runs way better than I thought it would. It runs better than my Frankenwagon. You still got me on full screen, by the way. I don't know if you're. There you go.
I was looking around for stuff that I have that might be cool.
Oh, there you go. What do you got?
Monster truck trading cards. Here's Bob Chandler.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey guys, you want to come into my basement and I can show you my monster truck trading card collection?
Hey now. Ouch. I'm gonna put them back in their plastic case because of that.
Well, you know.
Let's go back on my shelf.
He said Owen Rogers says he's got a brand new low CLMT Gravedigger sitting on his shelf that he'd trade me. A low CG LMT Gravedigger? Is that what he meant? Probably. An entire binder of monster truck trading cards. There you go. Sweet.
Alex, you're a dork. Me too.
You haven't seen
Maybe that's
this.
why we get along.
You haven't seen this one all painted up. So this is the new 1.9 U4RC that I did.
All the videos of it looks awesome.
You saw a video of this one?
Yeah.
I didn't know I posted
it on
this
your
one.
Instagram.
I did? Of this one?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know I posted videos of this one.
I swear. Hold on, I'm looking.
I don't think it was this one. My son has the trophy wrap body that's
like
blue
that.
this.
Is it just like that?
It's close to it, but mine's caged. His isn't.
Oh, okay. It looks very familiar.
But this one has the long travel. Look at that. I just want to do that over and over again. But I got to lower it for racing. It's a little too high. RC Speedy fuel cell. It's pretty sweet. So this one I'm running something different. What do I got in here? Oh, I got a 555 in this one. Reese 555, and I've got the Copperhead. And I run Holmes Hobbies on just about every truck I have, except for that Suburban or my Lazarus truck. But in this one, I have a Holmes Hobbies. I want to say it's like a 3800, 36. I don't remember what it is, but Trailmaster Pro brushless. This thing boogies, man.
All right, that doesn't look like anything like the other truck I saw. The 295 truck, 245.
245. Do you know why that number is 245?
No.
So we had to pick a race number, and my son at the time was like, "How many years old is the flag?" So we looked it up because that's his favorite color, red, white, and blue. And he goes, and we look it up. It's 245 years. He goes, "That's my number." I'm like, done. so that's why we have everything that's American flag theme for the race cars. So
guess what's your channel? RC Amigos.
Oh yes, RC Amigos, mainly on Instagram. I need to post more to YouTube. Oh,
YouTube's a dying breed. TikTok's where it's at.
TikTok?
Become a TikTok star. You want to be that. RC Amigos TikTok star.
I don't dance enough.
Because then when you make the news for something crazy like
I don't look at a bikini
you
either.
Stole somebody's car or whatever. It's like TikTok star stole a car. Then you look at like they had like 100 videos about RC cars. Like TikTok star, like everything's like TikToker did this. Like, well, everybody's on TikTok, so like that's an easy news like clip.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
my
Instagram has gone nuts.
Is it?
So that shark guy pulled the video.
Uh-huh.
So now, other than somebody else that just stole the video, people are mainly having to go through my video to now tag it and tell people about the Primal RC video that I shot and should be on my channel.
Uh-huh.
And I've jumped like 7,000 subscribers this week.
What?
Yeah, it's insane.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's why, like that video, that's why it's so important. Like I was losing that when he was having the hundreds of thousands of views to it. My
Really?
views are now at like 900 some thousand or something like on that video because it's only pretty much through my channel and you can't see it through somebody else's secondary
That's
spread of
crazy.
it.
Mine has gotten weird. So I took a break, right? And I came
Yep.
back and I got a couple spikes. And then the last 2 days, it was like my reels got like under 1,000 views. And I was like, what's going on? And I don't know if it's because of the video format. So I did that. Okay. I hate doing vertical video.
I hate it too.
I
It's
hate
the
it.
thing though.
Right. And so I could crop and track the video, but it looks like garbage. It doesn't look that great on big action videos, unless you're way far out.
Yep.
And I want to be tight on everything, right? Because these trucks
It's
look
so hard
cool.
to narrow. Like, how do you stay in front of something that's traveling?
Well, and the
Like
car
for
takes up the
RC
whole.
especially, it's
Yeah.
like sucks. It's
Yeah.
all like sky and ground and like tiny truck in the middle.
Yeah. So what I did
It
is
is what it is though.
I layered the same video on top of each other and then made it rectangular, more square,
Ah,
and put the video behind it big and blurry, kind of like what TikTok does, I guess.
yep.
And as soon as I started doing that, my views just went just totally plummeted
Tanked?
down. Yeah.
They didn't like
So-
that you were messing with it.
I guess not. So we'll see what
And
happens.
so when I got asked to shoot some stuff for Losi at the Monster Jam World Finals, right? For their social. So here's me filming at RC World Finals. I literally am like,
You need to make a new rig.
two-handing it. So it technically it was this with a big old cage around it and all that.
Sure.
But I'm literally, and so with that whole cage, this thing's all my footage is like crooked because I'm trying to hold it, the weight of like my big old monitor and all that on it,
Right.
and film upright for them to do the stupid upright videos for reels and all that.
Doesn't your cage
Because-
have another quarter jack on the side that you can put your iPhone on?
Yeah, but I need my iPhone for other stuff like
Like surfing
texting
TikTok,
and
learning the new dance
anyway,
craze.
but yeah, I mean, like it's crazy. Otherwise, you're like, like for RC, it sucks. Like that is the worst. There's a reason that video, like over time, went from being square
Yeah.
to getting wider and wider and wider formats,
Yeah.
and now we're like, let's do it upright like this. That's what we need to do.
Yeah.
Like this.
I know. You know what I think I'm going to
The whole
try?
market. It's crazy.
You know what I should do? I should make a rig for the GoPro that holds your GoPro that way. I know you can do it easily with other ones, but if I make one specifically and brand it for vertical video, and so your GoPro's sideways, I bet you'd make $1 million. TM.
It's crazy. I mean, yeah, it's because people are looking at everything on their phones now, and they just want to see like. But it's the worst viewing format possible for like filming and actually seeing things in detail.
Yeah.
Like I still want to just film everything sideways. And so I broke my Rift at Badlands after about 2 battery packs. I ran it right into a rock. Guess which way I was filming?
It's vertical and you didn't catch it.
Vertical.
And it was
So I
out of
can't
frame.
use it for my video for YouTube. Unless I do the
Ah,
whole blurred backgrounds on the side just to show me breaking it.
Yeah.
Because it's like I did all my footage this way for hours,
Right.
And now we'll just get a few things to put on Instagram and then I break it. It's like, son of a. But West Desert Wheeler says, I had multiple send me that clip of yours of the Gravedigger, I'm guessing. So,
That's cool.
yeah.
It's
But
crazy.
it sucks when people do steal it. Like that, it's a big channel. And when they just take it,
Yeah.
it just steals views from me and from people being able to only find it by somebody sharing mine to their
Right.
friends. Like that other guy started sharing and saying that it was made by RC Sharks because that's where he thought it came from and originated from.
Right.
It just sucks. Like I spent all that money to go down there and do that and create content that nobody else had. And then they just like, oh, it's here. It's mine for free. I'm just going to stick it up here. Make a
Yeah.
bunch of money on it. Like didn't do squat. Didn't pay anything. Don't have to pay for the cameras that shot it.
Yeah.
Because that was
Yeah.
all shot on my big camera too. Like, and I went in Final Cut and spent the time to
Pan it.
map it all and pan it all.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy. Thanks,
but yeah.
Brian. Thanks, What's in the Box, for the kind words on the channel. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I need to spend more time over here on the YouTubes. I feel bad. Like, I have the footage. I just never, I don't know why it just doesn't work in my workflow. Maybe there's not an incentive for me because
Dude, it's a big workflow. It takes forever. And now
Yeah.
that Instagram and Facebook are paying, it's a whole lot harder to want to put the time into YouTube when you can make
well,
the same
okay.
amount of money on Instagram for way less work. Way less work.
Okay. So I don't know if I'm bitter about this, and maybe this is why I kind of chose to take that break, is that I'm not getting anything from Instagram. Nothing. The only thing I'm eligible for right now are like super chats in lives, and I hate the live format for Instagram. I hate it. I hate it. And so,
well, yeah. And people can't leave it and check a text message. It just dumps them.
right.
They can't
Yeah.
continue to watch it outside
Right.
of the app. Yeah.
Yep. So it drives me crazy. And for me, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to do back to kind of my roots, do my crawl videos, do some more run videos, very light how-tos, all that kind of stuff. And because I really enjoyed doing the YouTube stuff. It was just, for me to get to the point to monetize my YouTube channel is so much work.
Oh yeah, it's tons.
So much work. And I'm just like, I don't think it's worth it for me. Where I'm starting to, try to point to people to are those affiliate links. So I've got one from A-Main now, and I've got one from Asia Tees. And Asia Tees has really good prices, but you have to pay the crazy shipping.
Yep.
But it gets there quick. I mean, it gets there almost as fast if it's in stock as stuff that's stateside. So that's a cool, and it's a cool kickback for that. The A-Main one is pretty cool
A-Main's
too.
nice. They got everything from every brand. Yeah.
Yep. So, but it's like I have to do that extra legwork. So I post those links in my stories. They're in my link tree too, but I post them in my stories and just have them run to those places to try to get stuff. But that's like the only way that I'm like technically monetizing. As well, aside from partnerships, I do partnerships, with a few different companies, and I
More
really
than me.
maybe. But it's like those also come in waves. Those generally too aren't like I'm not at status yet totally where they just send me something to proof or to do or to play with. I don't think people realize that too, that at that level it almost costs more to build something like that Lazarus truck than it clearly costs more to build something like that than it does to go buy the RTR and run it.
Oh yeah.
Even with discounts. Even with discounts, it's deep. So but yeah, no, I think it's I think that whole game, it's interesting. I'm really excited to see where Instagram's going with it, but we'll see.
Yeah, West Desert Wheeler. You guys have to check him out for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome train. Does 1-to-1s.
Yep.
And the small stuff. Amazing videos. But yeah. If you're not following him, you should be.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, Instagram started paying me recently, and then Facebook started doing the same thing for Reels. I still, even though they do, I don't take the time to go over there and do them.
Right.
Because it's a pain in the butt. Like, because they don't just transfer over like they kind of do to Facebook, like from Instagram. Like your Reels can kind of post over, but they never do anything.
Right.
Then you have to like literally go and then post the same thing to Facebook, and like it's just time consuming. I got work to do, so
yeah.
Like real work, like my job. So
well, so that's like one of like
time. Like I can only try so many things. I'm working right now. I'm working to the bone with all the sales and stuff, and having to do the shipping and packaging, and then people don't know stuff don't always work right. Like I ordered all these new diff covers because we sold out of our brass diff covers, except for I got like 10 left. I ordered a bunch more in brass and in black, and they came with this different logo on it. It's like
Like,
extreme cool, like 200 of them, like
you're
that
like,
are like
who's this?
extreme cool, like in black, and 200 in the brass. I'm like,
Do you have to send them back?
I don't know. I messaged him saying like, dude, I can't use these. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I look back through messages and they literally have my logo, and they said, hey, here's your logo. This is what we're going to put back on it.
Right.
And they didn't. And it's just like headaches of stuff, like
Yeah.
hours of time just spent like dealing with that stuff. And usually at like 3 a.m., you know, because it's like
Yeah.
12-hour flip as far as time zone.
Sure.
So much stuff. Like, I spent money on these servo horns that I designed wrong.
Right. Right.
Guaranteed me, yes, this is the right, you know, whatever. Nope, didn't fit.
They didn't square you away on that either? Or are they
Nope.
going to help you out?
Charged out all of the money on it. I got a bunch of aluminum servo horns that
Don't fit in any servo?
don't. Well, they fit like the reefs, like 25 mil, you know, 25 tooth, but only the big ones, not the micros. It's a different 25 tooth.
Oh, so they fit it. Okay.
But the problem is they're all drilled out to 1.4 millimeter screws for the micros for it to just literally thread into the horn. It's not a big enough opening for regular, like,
can you bore it out
or 3 millimeter. I could sit there on a drill press and bore all of them out, but a pain in the butt, and they'd all look garbage after.
Ooh. Here's what you do, Tony. You buy keychain rings and you send them with a keychain ring as a perk, and it's a CCXRC keychain.
I got my logo on them. There you go. It's a good
there
idea.
You go. Boom. You're welcome.
It's just that stuff. I mean, there's several of those things where you just lose money on it, and you're like, oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Great idea. Poor execution.
I got another idea. Zipper pulls.
Zipper pulls. That would work.
Yeah. How many more things can I come up with? A grill.
Yep.
All the tiny.
So yeah, I mean, it's just that stuff. You know, there's time-consuming stuff, but also just like crazy oops.
Yeah.
Things that I'm dealing with, as well as all the videos and socials and then all the, you know,
news,
but also
I mean,
problems. Like, people messaging you like, hey, I got this and this ain't right.
Right.
Okay. Like, you know, trying to answer problems like, okay, all this works, but how do I screw in my steering links to the servo? It's like, well, from the back, like, just, you know, try to explain how it works. Like, you know, you thread directly into the plastic horn from the back. You know, you have to take it off, attach it, then put it on the servo. You know, it's just stuff like that. This is kind of time consuming. So good, but yeah.
Make another video, post it up there.
Yeah, I gotta make videos on it all.
Are you getting pretty busy with the current event issues with work?
The what? Oh, current event stuff.
Has that impacted your flow?
Not really.
Mm-hmm.
We've got some stuff from Ukraine, but yeah, not a whole lot.
Speaking of servo horns, we broke another one this weekend.
You did?
I don't know how he does it. I really don't. I've never broken one. The Reefs 7075 like crimping aluminum servo horn. My son snapped 2 of them in half now.
Dang.
Nothing on the car is broken, but he snapped the servo horn in half. Like, the servo horn drops like that, and it's like cut right here to snap. I'm like, how do you do this? He's like, I don't know.
Dang.
Yeah. I don't.
Are you seeing them saying that you need to post time-lapse videos of your builds?
What's that?
They're saying RC for All says you need to do time-lapse of your builds.
Yeah. I need a better consistent way of making time-lapse. I don't know why, but my cell phone, for some reason, it just boots out every now and then on a time lapse.
Really?
Yeah, it's
An
bizarre.
iPhone?
Yeah,
Huh.
12 Pro Max. Yeah, just boots out.
I've
But
never had that.
I just realized too, my LumaFusion folder and on my
Oh,
iPhone,
full.
I was like, why is my I have like a
Got
I
a memory.
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
I had 140 gigs of LumaFusion videos on my phone, and I was like, well, time for those to go. So
Yeah.
I just backed them up and deleted them all. And then I went back down to like I had only used 90 gigs on my phone. So I was like, all right, now we can get back to work. But yeah, I was like, wow, it's a lot of space.
Yeah.
What do you got going on this weekend? 4th of July.
Boating and fishing. I actually need to get gas this week before. I need to fill up all my gas cans because gas is going to go through the roof. It was $4.94 right now here,
Oh, bro.
which is good. It's good
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Um, because it was been $5.50 and stuff. So yeah,
Your rig's not diesel, is it?
no,
Your truck?
no.
So I was with my
I
uncle this
wish it
weekend.
was though, because it's $1
No.
more. Well, no, it's $1 more here, but they get twice as much to the gallon. So I got 14 miles to the gallon. They get 26.
Downhill
So
on the freeway.
I'm spending per gallon, or I'm spending more. So they're $1 more, but they're getting twice as much.
Out here, I was with my uncle. He was at 670, 660 a gallon for diesel.
Yeah. But how many miles does it get to a gallon?
I don't think he gets that many. He's in a big old Ford, huge diesel truck. I don't think he's getting that kind of mileage.
I mean, they usually get better than unleaded, but
I don't know. Even gas out
I
here.
get, I get 13 miles a gallon.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
And
pretty
five
rough.
something. I just drove it all the way to Attica, Indiana, and back.
You're like, would a plane ticket have been cheaper?
Yes. Well, those prices have gone up too, so probably
Yeah.
not. But
Yeah. No, we're 560, I think, here right now for
dang,
regular fuel. Regular 82. Regular fuel is like 560
West
right
Desert
now.
Wheeler says he gets 14 to 18 in his Duramax. Ouch.
Yeah. 590 a gallon there. Wow.
Brian Bissett, walleyes. Haven't caught any walleye yet. I would love to catch a walleye.
That place that I went camping is prime for walleye.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know
We
anything about
went to
fish.
Mackinac. We caught like 6 northern pike, big ones, like 26 inchers. I mean, they're not huge, but they're decent size.
It's a big fish.
They were very long.
Yeah. That's what she said.
So I got unleaded because the other costs of owning it are less as far as maintenance.
Right.
And the gas prices weren't so high.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I know. That's the one thing that we're lucky with. We don't travel. We don't have to commute. My commute is 3 minutes, and my kid's school is 5 minutes away. And it's like we don't have to go very far. Unless
Those
we're
things are
traveling for
15
work.
minutes to 30 minutes from here.
Wow.
Yeah. So when I go to drop off mail like every day, it's probably 10 to 12 minutes there and back.
Won't your mail carrier take a basket
They don't come up. It's so far. I'd have to go way.
to your mailbox?
But I can't put it all in the mailbox. They're boxes, like.
Right. Oh, dude.
So, and I'm not doing it through USPS shipping to do like the pickup thing.
Yeah.
It's all through like Shippo or through Wix.
Right. Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Bananas.
So I mean, but I save quite a bit on shipping by doing that and not going through the USPS. I get like
Shipping is ridiculous. I just sent something to O Canada RC.
yeah.
$50
Yeah.
to ship a box, an
Yeah.
8x8 box. $50 to ship. Well,
Every one of those monster trucks they sell is $10 to ship.
That's crazy. This is to
Mm.
Canada for me, so 50.
Yeah.
It was expensive, but it's
Yeah.
Toronto. Yeah, ridiculous.
I mean, just to ship the motors cost me $3.90 just for those little motors and a little black sleeve.
Yeah.
Almost $4.
XJ Sports says to put a wagon on your SCX6 and tow it out to the mailbox. Just drop it for them. Just be like, call me.
Yeah.
Drive it out there.
Put a note out there. Please come to my porch and pick up all my boxes.
I'll help load them.
Yeah. So that's been something new. The whole like shipping, and I hate shipping stuff. But when you have it set up right, like even friends like, hey, like, do you have anything for sale? I'm like, check my website. You can find out if I got it for sale or not. But I'm like, yeah, I got it. And then it's like, okay, well, how much is it? I'm like, I can check the website. I don't say any of that. But like that's what I'm thinking. It's like, you know, and then but I'm always like, well, you need to order through the website. Like it just makes shipping easier. I don't have to like I just hit the buy button and tell it like how much it weighs.
Yep. And then you hit the print button and it has the
print.
address already done.
I don't have to do all that stuff. Like it's when you go through that process, it saves so much time. So I hate shipping stuff.
What's in the box at $100 shipping for 3 GCRC fans? He was laughing. So yeah, it was $30 to ship a bunch of parts out from Asia Tees, but it says it's 2-day
shipping. Dang.
FedEx. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, Porsche Pirates would grab the SCX6 and wagon. That's true. What's going on, RC Guy Garage? Man, I was just watching your videos. Oh my gosh, about the 16% bigger. Those shorts were so funny, dude.
I saw that on Instagram.
So funny. And then I watched the video where he was bashing the 8S. Awesome. He did break it, but still looked like a ton of fun on the Creighton 8S Creighton. I just watched it this morning. I haven't had time to watch stuff in forever. It's the first like RC video I've watched in a week or so. But even then, it's been like slim pickings because my kids are like dominating like with fishing stuff. We need tutorials on how to do this or that. Fishing and then
when are you going to start?
17%. That was it, dude. Yeah, it's so good.
When are you going to start a CCXRC fishing channel?
No, we won't. It'll be Creative Fish Studio. I got 10,000 subscribers over there already.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it? Didn't you used to have?
Did you know that I had a fishing channel?
Wasn't it a fish tank channel or something like that?
Yeah.
I thought you talked about it before.
I had a fish tank channel.
Are you flexing for me? Is this a flex off? Are we gonna start?
I like fish.
Doing one of these, and like, and then we're gonna pop and do all that. I'll turn around, do my back. Yeah.
No, but I have a fish channel called Creative Fish Studio, and we used to at one point in the last garage have 20 some fish tanks in it. It looked like a pet store in there.
Wow.
I built all these rack systems and cleaning systems
or Walking Dead with heads in the fish tanks for all you Walking Dead fans.
It was a little nuts when my kids were like, hey, we want to get this fish. Hey, we want to get this. Like, well, they can't live together. So we kept getting new tanks for them all. But yeah. But I'll probably just convert that over to a fishing channel.
Sweet.
Take out our new camera.
There you go.
I have to use it. I have to find uses for this big beast.
You're going to need to make a rack for a POV fishing rod.
What did I do there? Axialfest mud.
How'd that taste?
Well, I licked my thumb before I touched the dirt, so it tasted fine.
Awesome.
But yeah, no, that 16 to 17% was amazing.
Yeah.
RC Garage. I was cracking up.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Heavy Metal RC does fish. Apparently.
A lot of people do. So yeah, there's a lot of people that mix hobbies. I think that the hobby people have addictive personalities.
No.
and collecting fish is pretty addictive. But doing RCs is pretty addictive.
I
Fishing is pretty addictive.
I have zero addiction here.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
Just kidding.
it's funny how many people are like, hey, are you the guy from CCXRC when I was doing the fishing channel, or
Yeah.
vice versa?
Uh-huh.
Like, hey, do you have a fishing channel? If it's not like, hey, are you John C. Riley?
Yeah. Are you John Cena? Is your name? You're like, no, not John
You sound
Cena.
like the guy from Wreck-It Ralph. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's it. That's who I am.
Now I'm trying to figure out a way to swap out your X-Max for my Lazarus. like, I'm like, hey, that would be a good trade.
It's a wicked car, both of them. The X-Max is, I know our Stiga Garage doesn't have great luck with trash bag, but mine is pretty legit out of the box.
Like I said, I really want one of those or a UDR. I really wanted the Mojave that you have forever. And then I was like, the only thing I don't like about the Mojave is that it's full independent. Still looks super rad.
It handles super good because of it.
Yeah. And
durable as a tank.
Well, and now that they have that track that's so beautiful and big out there, that Mojave.
Do they run them there though?
You can run whatever you want out there.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. As much as you want. If you buy the pass is like $250, but it's for all your family and includes that you can camp there, and then you can run.
That's for the year?
A year, like from May to end of September, I think, or end of October. But it's literally 5 minutes away from my house, and I can have unlimited track time.
That's really close. How'd you not know about it before that?
I did know about it before that. We just didn't race there. We've been going there for a couple years. Their prices went up, and it should. They're what they're offering has gone up, and so
yeah,
I'm fine with it. But it was just hard to kind of bite the bullet because we don't do a lot of turf racing, but now my kids like, I think I want to do it. I'm like, all right, well, we'll rent them out and try it and see how we like it. And but yeah, so something like that would be a lot of fun on a track like that. Because that's, again, like I said, it's a stock vehicle that you can just go buy parts and replace it, versus a non-stock that if I sent it that hard, I'd be worried about.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So, but all right, people are saying you're looking tired, so I think it's time to go.
Yeah, man, I'm pretty beat.
Yeah,
good.
What time is it your time? 1 o'clock?
1:30?
Oof. Yeah, that's early.
Early. It is early. I'm not up till 3, but because I've been running so hard the past few, it's
catching up.
Catching up a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Because the Axialfest days were like 4 a.m. and up at 8 a.m. So it's like 4 hours of sleep those days.
I can't do that anymore. I used to be able to do that. Now I can't. I gotta get a solid 6, 5.5, 6. I'm okay. I can be a little tired, but I'm okay. Anything less than that, I can maybe make it last for a day or two, like do 2 days in a row, and then I'm out. I can't do it.
Yeah, I keep falling asleep at 3 p.m. for some reason. I'm like going, I finished my work stuff because it's half day.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get into some of the RC stuff. And then it's like,
yeah,
gone.
Well,
and then I wake up for dinner and then keep going.
It's so funny because I used to make fun of my stepdad because he would, do the guy thing where he comes home before dinner or whatever and like pass out on the couch. I'm like, how are you always sleeping? And then I caught myself over the last 2 months. If I ever got time to chill for a minute before dinner, I'm like out.
Yeah. Oh man. It's after dinner too. If for whatever reason the kids are putting away dinner or whatever and I'm waiting.
Yeah. I know.
I've hit that old man.
Yep.
Thing. But anyway, Well, thank you guys. Pablo's been awesome. Lots of laughs tonight.
It was fun.
That's
tonight,
my favorite part. Whenever I can laugh, it's been a good day. And there's been a lot of laughs. So
it's been good.
Oh
today,
man. Fall asleep while scrolling your phone. My kids make fun of me because I'll fall asleep like this on the couch. I'll just be back.
No, the worst is when you're laying down and you're doing this, or it's like close to you and it's like you're like it falls on you when you're laying down and you're like, come on. Or you get one to the lip, pow. You're like, come on.
All right. Well, peace out, everybody. Moose Jaw, RC, see ya. Alex,
take it easy.
West Desert Wheeler, Paul Fletcher, West in the Box RC, Jeff Walter, Alex already checked out. Chris, good night, man. Ryan, everybody in the chat. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. And we'll catch you next week.
Yes.
Stay classy.
Shoot you in the head with a BB gun.